Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It's Sunday, it's the end of the week, and that of course means we are tuning in. It's just my favourite game in the world. It is some more good old Warframe. Hello, welcome back, one and all. I'm just making sure everything is working fine after the kerfuffle out at the start of Friday stream. Because my software decided it needed an update, and the way it was going to tell me it needed an update was to just break. Which is always the best way to require an update, I guess. Just break the old stuff. That's cool. Gotta say, don't like the update though. It's made everything fat. All of my buttons are just fat now. Every single thing has excess grey border where it never used to exist. And so every menu is just 50% longer. Everything is 50% bigger. And this doesn't help the UI in any way whatsoever. Bubble buttons. Yeah, basically, Gorilla. Bubble buttons. I gotta say, I hate it. It's modernized. It's just taking up more of my screen. But no, nothing. Just take up more of my screen. That's just great. Here's to update. Modernization. I'm sure some investor somewhere asked for it. But in any case, hello and welcome everyone there. Hello there, Chichawoo. Hello, Squirbo. Hello, Raptor Mark 2. Hello, Space Cadet. Hello, Chocodika. Hello, Koi Sauce. Hello, Eliu. Hello, Nouch. Yeah, well, you know, come on. When you try to grab a ticket that much earlier, I've got to throw something in there. Hello, Adamalek. Hello, Gorilla. Hello, Chicken Noodle. Hello, JJ. How are we all doing? I think I missed a name there. Did I miss a name, Adamalek? I think I missed your name. Yes, I did. Probably. In any case, how are we all doing? How are we all doing? Hello, Naval Line. Hello, Darth of Washbear. I have no idea what you've just said, however, so I'm going to just delete that message, and let's hope you'll be okay with sticking to English only, please, because I have no idea what you'd say in any other language. Could be the nicest thing in the world, could be horrible, I don't know. So I just have to get rid of it. But welcome, guys. Now, as I have suggested in the stream title today, I want to show you how we can deal with some Archons in a way that, if you ask Reddit, a lot of people wouldn't think possible. There are so many people complaining that the more damage you have, the less damage you actually deal, or some bullshit like that. It's wrong. It's wrong completely, by the way. So you're saying you can switch the theme in OBS to get the smaller buttons back. That would be great. If you know details on exactly how to do that, Stereo, if you could DM that to me, that'd be amazing. Thank you. Because smaller buttons are the right buttons. But yeah, a lot of people complaining about this thing here, if I open it up correctly. This thing here. The Archon Hunt Showdown. Like, damage attenuation, scaling, we got some details to go over. I'm doing a video on it. I've got pretty much everything worked out on said video. Just need to actually put it all together and make it a video. But you guys get the sneak peek. You guys get the details up front and live here today about how this is nowhere near the big bad that some people make it out to be. It is big. It is tough. If you struggle with it, I'm not taking that away from you. It is a level 145 plus boss with some absolutely batshit sane powers at times. It's a toughie. But it's not completely unassailable. But before we get to all of that, guys, tradition has not ended. We have a sortie to do. And if you'd like to be part of that today, send me a message in game, the Kenchneer, I'll bring you into the squad, and we shall smash our way through it. Hello, the Zombs here again, tad late. Seem to have some trouble with loading the stream, but hey. Oh, I see. Well, I hope your stream works out for you. And more importantly, I hope you are feeling better, because I noticed your status the other day not feeling too great. I hope that turns around for you. Sortie one-shot time. I don't think we can one-shot a sortie, but you know what? We can do it in a single run, Sablon Rage. Come on in. Ellie, you wanted to join as well? After what you did with the ticket? Sure, why not? Come in. And we got one more spot available. Geek saying, do these Archons work like liches? When you go solo invisible, you can skip the damage reduction. Going solo and invisible doesn't skip the damage reduction. It allows you to do different things with it. But yes, being solo and invisible is a very good idea, and I'll be showcasing some of that as well. Absolutely. Absolutely. Don't I say I can normally handle level 100 stun, hit, kill. Well, I don't know. That sounds like a good way to handle stuff. Does it use the Foreman? I've done a lot of testing with the Foreman for the Archons. I wouldn't recommend using the Foreman, no. Would not recommend the Foreman for dealing with Archons, believe it or not. There are far better options than the Foreman. Far better. But in any case, we got a team of 3. Now we got a spy mission, but Space Cadet saying first snap Zephyr time. Well, it's a sortie. I'll just go with whatever for the sortie. The sortie. You're on 10. Cool. Making your way through those ranks, my dude. That's nice. All right, let's grab Zephyr. Zephyr Prime, of course. All snazzied up. And let's grab some suitable weaponry. Let's grab the Foreman, because Foreman silenced is awesome. Let's grab Laser Beam, because Laser Beams are awesome. And we'll take a Glaive, because Glaive is awesome. Yay! Well, they temporarily retracted the Foreman and battery weapon changes. Yeah. I am very glad about that as well. The Foreman does feel very strong, certainly for its MR, although that would need some comparison, especially with the fact that Kuva weapons exist, and you can get that as soon as MR5 if you have a bit of a carry. So, what is Mastery rank, really? But the Foreman is pretty strong for how easy it is to acquire. And having some additional drawback on that, I can understand. What they did to it and what they did to other weapons, God no. That was too far. That was too far. Not even AoE weapons had that level of nerf. That was a lot. That was a DPS nerf. AoE weapons didn't get a DPS nerf, if I recall correctly. They got a headshot nerf, which didn't really matter all that much. They got a range nerf on the Prime Firestorm and Fulmination, which matters a bit. But they didn't get an outright DPS nerf like the recharge weapons did. That was mad. Did not see that coming. Is the Gigabrain play similar to Lefantis? Well, I think it's Stardust Rebel. You're asking like there's one way. I got multiple. Oh, yes, indeed. I have got potentially bug fix proof suggestions on how to deal with Archons, because I've got you multiple different ways to deal with the Archons. That's how we're going to do that. Hello, Pocholo. Don't know why they nerfed the base Cyclone. Honestly, no idea either, Space Cadet. Someone had an idea and it got pushed through and it really shouldn't have. Let's get cracking. You only did like 5,000 damage with your Kuva Heck. It'll come down to build and skill. Build and skill. Funnily enough, that's basically the entirety of Warframe, you know, build and skill, but you'll see. You'll see. Once we get to that Archon fight, I'll show you a whole new world. Bright and wonderful, chat. You gotta love it. Or you might hate it for being so ridiculously powerful, you know. I'm pretty sure what the devs said that they didn't want these Archons to be one-shottable, so they might be a little bit unhappy with the fact that there are multiple pretty much one-shot options, but well, they designed it that way, so I have no sympathy. They literally designed it that way. Activate this, because I think that gives me a speed buff. Yes, it does. I have that augment on. Someone's going that way to A, so I will go this way, which should lead me to B and C. Huzzah! Hello, Berserker. I'm doing alright. Hope you're doing well yourself. What is I saying? If I have no skill, can I just build more? You do need skill to one-shot an Archon. It's not a huge amount of skill requirement, but you do need skill to one-shot an Archon. There is no getting around the fact that you do need to have at least some skill going on. No getting around that entirely. What do I think Grendel's belly feels like? Probably something very horrifying. Because you're being digested in a void hole of sorts. Which is not good. Just not good. I could not set off the alarms. Or I could do that. To just get down there very quickly, because I don't care about the affinity difference. Oops. Helps if I hack that correctly, that would help. There we are. I'm still set to corrosive. Whoops. Yeah, a little bit lower health than I should have got there. I forgot that my glaive is currently on a corrosive build rather than toxin build. Did not just insta-kill those. And I need to beat the lift on this one, don't I? Yeah, my bad. Am I making a video about Archons? Yes. Yes, indeed. Not only am I making a video on Archon, specifically on Boreal, because we don't have the others yet, but I'll be making a video which may get some or all of it patched, similar to how the fact that Mirage used to be able to scan things faster than anyone else got patched. That was a bit sad. That was a bit of a sad time. So, things might go wrong with there being a whole video on it, but hey, better to share with you guys so that you know what it is. Enjoy it whilst it lasts. Do I think it would be better if the Archon just had invulnerability states? No. Hell no. I am absolutely, utterly done with bosses that are just invulnerable for no good reason. There's nothing you can do, just wait. No. That's terrible design. When there is an invulnerability, there must be something you can tackle to deal with said invulnerability. If you think about it, having to do 2 other missions to get to the boss fight is a form of invulnerability. It's a form of invulnerability in that we can't shoot them, we have to do other things to get to them, but we are doing other things to get to them. If you instead you have a boss that just can't be hurt, you're there, you are fighting, you are waiting for it to let you do anything, that's no good. Certainly if it's not really a telegraphed moment, it just kind of gets around to it. You can't try and set it up, you can't angle for weak spots, it just says no. I don't like that at all. I really just do not like that. Kayla just sods off. Well, Kayla sods off, but Kayla sods off and then you have something to do. First you've got an attack you need to dodge, then you are taking out the different panels. You are actively doing something, and how skillfully you do it speeds it up. The gear you bring speeds it up. But yeah, they're invulnerable so you can hear them talk. I mean, if a boss is well scaled, you'll hear them go through all of their talk the first time. And then when you fight them time and time again thereafter, you just can skip the audio because, you know, you've already gone through it. And if a boss cannot get through all of their dialogue by the time a new player kills it, then it's badly scaled, quite frankly. That's how I see it. Just going to quickly switch this to a life strike over there, thank you. Perfect. And good old cheers. What about the idea of mechanics that make the boss vulnerable? Isn't that just invulnerable but you've got something to do, but with extra steps in describing it, because it's the exact same thing? It sounds like the exact same thing to me. Surya, thank you very much for subscribing with your Prime. Welcome to the channel problem, my dude. Enjoy your lovely blue badge, your emotes to go with it, and if you're over on Discord, you'll have access to the supporter team lounge as well. Plus no adverts here on Twitch. That's always a positive. Cheers. Alright, let's get some tornadoes going, because why not? Tornadoes are fun. I mean, maybe not for, you know, people who live in Tornado Alley, but for everywhere else it's fun. Striker saying, what about an invincibility that you can disable, or is time like the Jackal? So with the Jackal, you are dodging a very specific attack. You are doing something, as in you have weakened it, it's doing an attack, a telegraphed attack, which you can deal with, you're not just hoping to survive. You got an active thing going on. It doesn't last an indefinite amount of time. It's got a fixed duration. You're not just sat there either being wailed on or waiting for the opportunity to wail. When that invuln ends, it's not for a very brief period of time. It just ends and you do the next thing you are doing. That is a lot better. It's a lot better. As for one you can disable, again, it's an invuln where you can do something. It's not waiting, it's, hey, look, you are doing the thing. Go get the thing that stuns it. Much like with the, what do you call it? Razorback. You bring in the mowers to make it die. One-shotting Archons? Oh yes, enemy. Once we're done with the sortie, I will show you the fruits of my research. We're going to be one-shotting. I am going to be one-shotting. You guys might witness and be like, what? How? We'll see. What's my favourite Warframe boss? In terms of mechanical design, I think I would actually say the Eidolons. As much as I hate on doing them, I might actually say it is the Eidolons. I'm not huge for boss fights, but I can recognise a well put together fight. Eidolons have multiple stages, multiple different abilities, which are, by and large, telegraphed. By and large, you are limited by your gear and your skill in fair manner. Certainly now with the new Void Strike, you have actually got access to a way to deal with it without some arcane BS going on. It is a hefty skill challenge, but it is a skill challenge that can be tackled. The invulnerability phases there for attacks that happen are, again, telegraphed, clear, discreet, limited. It doesn't go through indefinite invulnerability whilst you wait for one opportunity somewhere somehow to hit it. The issue with the Eidolon fights is that they don't really tell you a lot. Until you know what's happening, if you go into it, there's very little information coming from the mission itself. You got Onko kind of saying stuff, but unfortunately with Warframe, they spend a lot of time telling you what you need to know in amongst a load of lore drivel, and that makes it really hard to pay attention. Because we get used to trying to ignore the amount of lore drivel, or just bypassing it because we're trying to do things quickly. Not to mention they show Eidolons to people before they even have the operator, and that's just rude. That's like, hey, there's nothing you can do about this, but figure that out. So yeah, Eidolons are a great boss, probably one of the best bosses in Warframe. They lack information in a game sense, though, to actually figure out what you're doing. If you know what you need to do, then you can find the information in game and figure out what it's trying to tell you, but if you don't already know it, it's arcane as hell. How many hunts do I have to do during research? I have killed Archons, specifically Boreal, probably about 4 dozen times at least now, and died to them about as much as well. With builds that didn't work, with making mistakes in very hairline builds, in testing how far can I take it before I say, no wait, this approach is too difficult, I can't recommend this one, despite it being capable. Difficulty is a thing as well. I don't want to make a guide on, oh yeah, just be the absolute best player in the game ever. Like, no, come on. I ain't gonna do that. Sentient energy contained, closing on victory act now. That's a perfect example of in-game telegraphing explanation that actually doesn't tell you anything. That line pops up usually the moment you take out the last Synovia on the Eidolon. So you think, oh, okay, right, well, we... Oh, shit. Where's he dying? We've taken this thing out. Cool. Act now. Except 1, you can't act now. 2, that line is specifically telling you you have enough, what do we call it? You have enough charged lures on the Eidolon. That's what that voice line is. But it doesn't tell you that. So until you know what it means, you don't know what it means. Which makes it a bad communication. That's exactly what I'm talking about in terms of not being suitable. Like I was saying, the number of times I've had the random lures run away right in a second. Yeah, because again, he doesn't tell you. Keep it there. You need it. Your lures have it trapped. He says, sentient energy contained. Act now. Right at the start of the phase where you cannot act now. It's really wrong timing. Or rather, it's kind of the right time, but also kind of not. It's a voice line designed for people who already know the answer. Yeah, that's my take on it. That is my take on it. Warframe is known for being a wiki game. A game where if you just try to play it from the game itself, not only will you get bored and confused, you'll probably just quit before MR2. Lots of people do. Man, this is great for ribbon slivers. You know what? This might actually be a ribbon sliver farm. Holy shit, guys. How many have we got so far? 3. You know what? Genuinely, this might actually be a ribbon sliver farm. You see an Xmas stronghold. Sorty, you just replay that mission. Huh. That's a thought. That is definitely a thought right there. What with the buffs to the drops off the Steel Path, which we are, they are 4 times more common now. Yeah. Huh. I wonder if that's intended. I wonder if that's intended. How big was the ribbon sliver drop buff? Well, 4 times more. Huge. On a completely different note, Warframe needs better boss music. I mean, that's a matter of opinion, I suppose. I can't remember the music from this boss fight with the Archons, so what can we say? I normally have Warframe music off these days. I used to have it on all the time. Stopped doing that once I got to doing content creation full time. There's only so much of it I can take. Oh, they're dying again because he's all the way up over here. I'll take the proc. Or I won't. Huh. I will, however, get smacked around by that thing. Some more Riven Slivers high affinity gain. Yeah, the affinity gain on this should be pretty decent as well. Like, I'm getting a lot of focus here, which is good. Obviously, if you have boosters, it would be even higher, which could get redonkulous. In fact, Riven Slivers should be affected by both drop chance and drop boosters, right? Because they're a resource. So with boosters, you can get 4 times as much. With a Relay Blessing, that's now 4.5 times as much. There's Drop Chance Blessing 25%, with booster 50% effective. Yeah, this should be a crazy sliver farm now. I think someone's asking about where the Archons spawn. They're just in the weeklies for Archons. Just in the weeklies. That's why we just have access to Boreal at the moment. That is a lot of expert units, making a lot of noise. I mean, you can hear the constant sound of Overguard being broken. Absolutely constant sound of it. It's also of the AoE ammo nerfs. Who is? I haven't expressed salt over it. I was surprised at the significance of the nerf to some weapons, like what they did to the Tsar. Wow, that was quite a hit. Strangely enough, though, the Tenet Envoy seems to have weathered it. The nerf to the Tenet Envoy was nothing compared to the nerf to the Tsar. I took that one into ESO and I just fired the Envoy the entire mission. Yeah, I'd carry a Prime with me, granted. I just kept firing it, just kept landing. Go figure on that one. And that wasn't with Lavos, by the way, before anyone asks. Debo can no longer use their weapons, but that's no good. Ammo change to Ogress hurt? I'm sure it did, yeah. Yeah, the Ogress and Tsar got absolutely slammed in the ammo changes. I'll be honest, those are two weapons I never really used all that much, because I just wasn't a fan of using them despite their power. I did enjoy the Tenet Envoy, and that one didn't get hurt so much. I feel rather lucky. Rather lucky on that one. And the hostage is trying to murder himself again. Never mind the Corpus also trying to murder him. I think the hostage is the one doing it. Or I could just, like, stand in a corner, hide somewhere sensible, get behind us. Now he's just running around like a plonker. Thermosplicer got destroyed? Did it? Did it? I don't remember that one. I know it picks up less ammo, but I usually use just recharge anyway. Recharge kit gun, best kit gun. You know? Zzz. See? Recharge kit gun, best kit gun. The thing with launchers, it's clear to me from the design changes that D made. I expected that D wanted AoE to be its own playstyle still. Be a way of maining AoE weaponry. And that's why all the changes I suggested in my AoE video looked at how to balance them with respect to other weapons in terms of the total output. D went a different way. They said it very explicitly on the stream they were talking about it, that they want AoE to feel powerful when you use it still. They say, you know, come on, a rocket launcher should hit like a rocket, not like a bullet. Okay, that's a fair enough reason. That means they have to balance it another way, which is to make it where you can use it less. So they took an entirely different design route. Rather than allowing you to keep using your rockets but they're not as overbearing, they said, use your rockets less. The switch speed changes as well adds on to that design theory. Okay, look, if we're forcing you to use your rockets less, we might as well make it where you can get to other stuff more easily. Are there any primary and secondary kit guns I recommend? Yes, Spore Lacer is absolutely god tier out of the kit guns. The others, varying amounts of good. Rattleguts is pretty crap. Tomb Finger's alright, it's a bit situational I'd say these days, but it's alright. Gaze, primary is pretty poor, actually very poor. Secondary is amazing. Vermisplicer, some people like it, I'm not a fan. Some people like it. Catch Moon had its day, now it's okay, but not amazing. It has uses, it's kind of like a worse form, to be honest, most of the time now. Let's see. I went through them all, didn't I? Yeah, I think I did. Used lens for a while with magnetic build, then I got Kuba Brahma. Yeah, fair enough. Kuba Brahma was basically the level up from the lens, yeah. Just wondering about primary. Okay, Spore Lacer primary is pretty good. Catch Moon primary I wouldn't really sell because Corbin exists. It's just better. Tomb Finger primary can work. It's not amazing, but it can work. Rattleguts primary, just no. There's so many better weapons at what the Rattleguts does that just no. And yeah, the Gaze primary, just terrible. Vermisplicer, give it a try. I'm not sold on it, but give it a try. But yeah, Gaze, no. The Gaze primary is terrible. I wanted to like it. I really did. I just couldn't. When you compare it to what other laser beams can do, it's just sad. Spore Lacer primary is really nice with Zephyr. Yep. Yep, a Spore Lacer primary can do some amazing crit stuff, and that means that Zephyr is amazing with it too, because Zephyr goes in the air and crits go up. That's it, that's all Zephyr needs. Zephyr go up, crits go up. Out of bonkers. Can I hold cast this, please? Thank you, there we are. Didn't want to do it for some reason. Last one in here. He's upstairs. Very small platform, hard to tell. And he's dead. Cool. You guys Prime melts enemies with and without the ribbon. It may kill enemies, Chocodika, but melt in comparison to what others can actually do? No. No, I will disagree there. Hey Jim Wizard, super sick to see me featured on Warframe Twitter. I know. Amazing stuff, isn't it? And on Primetime, by the way. In case any of y'all missed that. Oh. Very nice to have. Yeah, 4 ribbon slivers from 15 minutes. Like, that's a pretty good result, actually, right there. That is a pretty good result. Alright, we're on to the third and final mission of today's sortie. It's a mobile defense. Another defensey one. Okay, fine. Fine. Alright guys, we're going to rank up the prediction for this as well. What reward do you think we'll get from today's sortie, guys? What reward is it going to be? Is it going to be an Anasa Sculpture? Is it going to be a ribbon? Is it going to be a booster or something else entirely? The prediction is up and running. So click the blue spanner icon, bottom of the chat window there. Make your prediction. Make your prediction, guys. You never know what it could be. Even if you feel like, oh, it's a waste, it's something, put 10 spanners, just 10, onto one of the options that no one else is picking. Because we've had it before now. Someone put 10 onto, I think it was Former, and guess what? Former happened. They took home every single spanner that everyone else puts in because no one else thought Former was going to happen. This isn't the Ambulus? True. Ambulus sortie is just... it's just unfair. It just takes so long. For a sortie. That guy would not want to die. It was really weird. He was just not dying, but he also couldn't... yeah. I don't know on that one. I don't know. Was that you, Space Cadet? Oh, fair do. You were the one with the form, I guess. Yeah, I remembered it happened. I just forget who. Legendary Core? Well, the thing is, if no one picks what actually wins, I pick Legendary Core. Say if I got a, I don't know, was someone not picked? Say if I got, for example, the Exless Adapter and no one had picked that, then I'd just give it to the Legendary Core people, because they're otherwise never, ever, ever going to win with that guess. It's kind of like a commiseration prize, but no one won, so you win. But that said, if everyone picks one of those options, then the Legendary Core people are straight up wasting their spanners. And that's fine, they're giving them to you. They're giving them to you. Enjoy. Ah! How are you going to get Slash negate secondary? You don't. You go for Heat Viral. Use Armor Strips if you really need them. Slash isn't all it's made out to be. Just because you hit Slash doesn't make it a good weapon. Hunt Munitions does not fix every weapon in the game. And for that matter, if that's your concern, it's like, okay, cool, well, every other weapon can also equip it. So, maybe use one of the ones that actually deal more damage than Gaze Primary. That's where I'm coming from with the whole melting thing, Stockadika. Sure, you might kill some stuff with it, but compare it to what other stuff can actually do. There's killing stuff in a decent amount of time, and then there's melting. Melting is you can solo Steel Path Survivor and not even blink. The Gaze Primary will not do that for you. Have I ever gotten Legendary Core? Yes, once from a sortie. And then I got a few others from other locations. Just the once from a sortie. That's very true, Zom. Yeah, that is very true. The Laser Sub, no Slash in its secondary mode. Incarnate mode. And yet it's one of the strongest weapons in the game at the moment. Slash is really not everything. It's like people that go crazy about red crits. They say, oh, but you gotta have red crits. Look, red crit. I'm like, you just red crit for 600 damage. That is... No. No. Okay, so you saw a red crit. Cool, go fillet yourself. Not good. 600 damage. It's a waste.
We are finished here.
Yes, I'll be very clear in my opinion on that. Let's head to the third and final terminal. You never got a call from a sortie? Ah, just do them daily. You'll get one in a few years. Do them daily. I mean, you might get one in a few years. It's not guaranteed. You want to do a red crit of 1 magnetic damage? Good lord. What did you attack? Yeah, that happens with a lot of Weapon Space Cadets. The Incarnate Glow on the UI will pop up with a lot of stuff. Not sure exactly what causes that. I'm sure DE aren't sure what causes that either. Because otherwise it wouldn't keep happening. Yeah, it's a weird one, that one. No idea. Oh yeah, it'll be unlikely, Gorilla. Unlikely to not get a call within 3 years of doing them. But unlikely just means, you know, not likely. It doesn't mean impossible, doesn't mean unreasonable. Just unlikely. Blake saying, something that's always bothered me, why do I see red crits display for less damage than other crits? Because you probably hit that shot in another location on an enemy. If you think that the only thing that can affect damage is the crits, then you're not paying attention to where you're hitting the enemy. Have a look at your screenshots, track where your damage is going to figure out what you are actually hitting. Red crit just means that the crit tier has gone up. It's only a multiplier to the damage you would actually land. Nothing more, nothing less. And today we get an Anasa sculpture. I'll put it somewhere in the storage, I guess. It's another Anasa sculpture. Looks like 7 people guessed to be Anasa today. Well, there you are. Let's give some spanners to those 7 peeps. There you go. a bunch of paydays there to Kalmos, who, I think that's how I pronounce your name. Gambled with 540 spanners there. You just got back over 5,000 on my dude. You enjoy that. Oh, Space Cadet apparently wants to be 35 into doing the dishes. That's fine. We'll see you later, Space Cadet. Have fun doing the dishes, my dude. It's quite the title. How exactly does one shot an Archon? Alright, yeah, let's demonstrate now. We've done the traditional sortie at the start of every single stream. We got you guys in now for the crazy bits and pieces. So let's drop this to solo, just so nothing gets absolutely screwed up along the way. Zeppelin Rage, Elu, thank you very much for joining in. Let's drop to solo. I brought you guys here with a title that says, let's one-shot a Archon, and I'm just going to cut straight to the chase and show you the fact that, yes, you can. No Zartas either? Sure, no Zartas either. Yep, we'll do it completely non-Zarta. Let's hope I don't screw this up the first time, because that would be embarrassing. Why am I searching? There we are, found it anyway. And just make sure we're on the right build here. It's it config B. Yep, there we are. Alright, cool. I might screw this up. There's every possibility I'll screw this up. What's a Zarta? It is Zaku's ability that gives void damage, which we're not using. I forgot the name of it. Why do I have so many rumours in my orbiter? Because of Quintus and Esprit, which is why the emotes are named after them as well. Someone say grab bag? Yeah, you get the grab bags on this stream. There are the drops running on this stream at the moment. It's part of what Warframe's doing as a bit of a campaign with the release of Veilbreaker. So every 45 minutes you're watching, you've got a grab bag. The Cuvette can hold a faction mod. Which faction mod? Which one? Because there isn't one for Archons, to my knowledge. Alright, let's do this. Let's do this. Oh, the Steel Meridian one. I think that's just on the Heck. I might be wrong, but I think that's just the Heck. I sure hope I picked up the right builds here. I didn't check everything very thoroughly. Hello! Do you want to shoot me? Thanks. Do a little bit of bullet jumping. Oh, hi there! Thanks. Thank you. Thank you. Gotta say thank you when they, you know, power up my gun. There we are, fully powered. Oh, I'm gonna just bullet jump into this branch, don't mind me. Hello, Archon! Bam! One shot! Oh, I love that. Oh, I absolutely love that. Right then, well, let's just continue doing the rest of the mission now, I guess. This is easier with Ivara, by the way. Easier with Ivara. Any of you who doubted if I could do it? Boom. Boom! And I'll be doing a video explaining why this works and also how you can do this with other weapons as well. You don't just have to use Rhino, Raw, Smite, and Fusion for this. You can use other stuff too. Absolutely. Did someone just teleport to me? He's really weak. Yes, you did. Thank you. I'll just keep the stacks going on my weapon, don't mind me. Oh, Gorilla. No one cares for a pedant. Absolutely no one cares for a pedant. Thank you, I'll just be taking that, don't mind me. Off we go. Excuse me, coming through, out of my way. Do I think this will get patched? There's a possibility of it. There's a possibility that D will revisit the attenuation to change this. By the way, there are two different damage attenuation equations at play at once. So if you see mixed information about dealing with one attenuation or the other, it's because there's two. Why the silent battery? Because I also use it for Ivara. That's why. This same build works on Ivara, and it also helps with just minimizing how quickly enemies react to me. If they don't know that I'm there to deal with, I just get an easier time of it. So SK Cyprian say, is this stream about how to one-shot an Archon, or is it a reference to a video? Both, actually. I'm going to be doing a video going into the full detail about this as well, but also I literally just one-shot one. I literally just one-shot it moments ago. We're now doing the forced second stage, which is to get access to the thing. I'm just going to stand and take some shots for a moment. Thank you for the boost. Helps if I don't miss. Oh, that is a lot of enemies. Oh, hi there. Dead. Not the grenade. Come on. Have I got all of the ones on the deacon? Yep. Oh, I didn't land the headshot. Got him. Fail. Shoot me, shoot me, shoot me, shoot me, shoot me. Shoot me! Ah, you fuck. Okay. Not a charged up one then. Just basic old iron skin. You got a relic back from the drop? Nice! Unfortunately, it won't tell you what relics you got, but you got relics. Is the general weakness of the Archon's radiation damage? Yes, however, it is not as weak as you'd hope. I compared between radiation and corrosive. Radiation build, I did around about, I think it was, what, 30% more damage? As opposed to the 75% you'd expect, not even counting the armor modifier. You would expect it to be a lot more powerful than I actually got. Oh, come on. There we are. You got 2 copies of the glyph? Ooh, that's unfortunate. That's one thing I don't like about grab bags. The repeats. Let's fade both of those now, so don't forget. Now this bit, he might activate an ability before... Yeah, if I can get close enough. Oh, come on. Bullet jump. Got it. Got him! Woo! There we go. Well, that was easy. Let's get out of here. Yep, that was really easy, guys. Oh, no! Oh, my greatest weakness, paying attention to chat and not where I'm jumping to. Oh, no. Alright, there we are. Well, that was pretty crazy. 5 minute 46 solo, 2 one-shots. Yeah. How do you get primary and secondary arcanes? The ones with primary and secondary in the name, you get those from Steel Path Acolytes. Or you can trade for them. Would this work with a sniper? No sniper that I've tested, no. They just aren't strong enough at headshotting. Simply not good enough.
Oh, the Engineer! Oh my god! Really,
Boomerang, cheers. It's kind of confusing that Archon crystals exist. I don't get what's so confusing about it, to be honest. What's got you lost, my dude? Do Gunblade heavy attack builds one-shot 2? I haven't tried Gunblades yet, actually. I'm not usually a fan of using those for the stuff. They might. Thinking about it, let's have a look there. I usually keep Glaive Prime around for dealing with the other mobs that can spawn, because it's just so powerful for that. Let's have a look. Let me think. We went for a heavy combo build. This is a heavy combo build? Yep, this is a heavy combo build. Corrosive, we can change that to radiation. We just go heat. Yeah, there we are. Okay, damage, projectile, multi-shot. Multi-shot's only 10. The total damage is pretty high, and then heavy attack bonus on top of that. Could do. Could do. We could have a look at that. Burst damage should be a thing snipers are good at. Burst damage at a distance. The problem is that snipers just don't compare to what we've got available to us. Let me show you guys what I mean by that. If you had to guess, what is the best sniper rifle in the game, guys? What element do I have on the Kuva Heck? Toxin. And you'll notice it's only 26.9% Toxin. I've got almost the worst Toxin I could have. So we've got suggestions: Comorex, Lanka, Sturg and Honey Moondog clearly doesn't understand the question. Rubico Prime, Snipertron, again, someone who doesn't understand the question. Rubico is popular. Vectus Prime, Chaka. Chaka is not a sniper. Rubicon Prime, that is a river, but okay. Vectus Prime. Okay. We've got a lot saying Vectus Prime, couple saying Rubico Prime. Cool. I don't know if I actually have the Vectus Prime. I don't know. So I'm going to have to slum it and go with Rubico Prime. Let me show you with Rubico Prime straight away where the issue is. We're comparing here the Kuva Heck to the Rubico Prime. This is not including the Progenitor bonus. That is not shown in this screen here. We're also not seeing any mods. So we're just looking at these two base weapon stats. Okay? For the Rubico, it has a base 187 damage. 187. For the Kuva Heck, it has 609. Already we're off to an absolutely cracking start for the Kuva Heck. But it gets better. The Kuva Heck Alt Fire fires all 4 barrels as one by multiplying up the multi-shot. So this 609 actually then is 4 times higher. That's what? 2436? Yeah, 2436. And then you can add on the Progenitor bonus, which is up to another 60% on top of that. Mine isn't even there, and it still absolutely slaps. So, you compare the base damage you've got available. The crit stats on the Rubico Prime cannot make up for that. A 3 times multiplier versus 2.1 times just isn't going to get you far enough to account for that. Absolutely ridiculous, the difference. Now, I don't actually know the base stats of the Vectus Prime, so let's have a quick look at them. Vectus Prime, I should be able to link it, there we go. 350 with a 2 times multiplier. So the multiplier is worse than on the Kuva Heck, and the damage per shot is also worse. Yeah. And when I say worse, like, just to remind you, I had what, 2,436 I said for the Kuva Heck? Yeah, 2,436 before we get the Progenitor bonus. So 2,436 multiplied by 1.6 gives you a total of 3,897.6. Damn near 4,000 damage before crits compared to the Vectus Prime of 350. You tell me which one's going to headshot for more. It's kind of ridiculous just how much is in this shotgun right here. Berserker, cheers. Linear Corpse asking, what do I think about the ammo changes? It's a mixed bag. I'll be honest, it's a mixed bag because I've not been focusing too much on the AoE weapons with the update. I've been focusing on the Archons and optimizing the ever-loving hell out of this fight. I've been really focusing on that at the moment. So, overall, we basically had stuff turned into the Kuva Brahma approach. The biggest offenders of the Ogress and the Tsar have been given the Kuva Brahma approach to it. We'll see if that's too much. Honestly, if it stops just the endless random spam getting anything around a corner, probably for the best. Probably for the best. The battery change has been reverted because those changes were absolutely stupid. Holy hell, that was harsher than the changes to any AoE weapon, so that shouldn't have happened in my opinion. Good thing it's been reverted quickly. There has been some unevenness. Yeah. Nashrook worth taking to the Archon. Nashrook will work, but it won't one-shot. Simply can't. Again, you look at the quick shot. Quick shot here, 450 damage. Multi-shot of 1. That's nowhere near enough. It'll do a lot of damage with headshots, but that's nowhere near enough. Gabrielle, yes, you can take it off a frame, but it costs you 50% of your bile. So, and that's 50% absolute, not 50% of what you have left. It costs 50% bile to take it off. So, Zombie put in, so assuming you want to show off more, maybe we now see Zartas? Sure, let's have an entirely different approach now. Entirely different approach to taking this out. In fact, you know what? Felarx is probably the weakest or worst, just most disliked of the Incarnan guns. Everyone loves the Fem more, everyone loves the Latum. The Felarx has kind of been left to go, it's not as great. So let's use that one. Did D make changes to melee? To my knowledge, not with this last update, no. Not with this last update, no. Which mostly still had our max bonus. Jury's out on that one. I understand why they took it away, because they didn't want to just undo what had been done to the AoE weapons, but that also was put in with things like the AoE weapons in mind, so it's kind of a weird one. Kind of a weird one on that, it's merciless. Alright, let's bring Ivara. Ivara is going to one-shot, or try to one-shot the Archon. I might fail to one-shot, because I don't think I've done this exact combination yet. Let's give it a whirl. Let's give it a whirl. There we go. Now, a strange thing with the Felarx is that we don't want it to crit. So the crit bonus that Ivara can offer is actually no bueno. We don't want that anymore. So we'll see if I can make this work. I don't think Ivara one-shots the Felarx like this. You never know. I might be wrong. I might actually just have that powerful a build that even that can work. Let me just make sure I do have the right build. I think it is config C. Rad, viral, shell, sock, toxic barrage, silent battery. Yep, this is definitely the one. This is definitely the one. So we'll see if this does the trick. It might not. You're very welcome, Pachalo. There's more of them. You can get more than one, by the way. The drops, I think you can get 5 of them max across the entire campaign. So if you've not got any drops yet from this campaign on other streams, you can get 5 of them here, if I stream long enough. I think I do, but we'll see. Alright. Fingers crossed I can one-shot. I don't think I can do this, but fingers crossed. Yes, Zob. Yeah. You made the request. I'm specifically following your request, Zob. Of course it is. Alright then. Let's get cracking. I also don't like how these guys appear as enemies on the radar when I can do nothing about it. I guess I don't think I can. Still the Redeemer? Ooh, yeah. Let's hope that doesn't go badly for me. Speaking of, I just made noise with that. Haha! I'm just going to ignore those ones. Right then. Well, that just stacked up everything to max. Start rolling out. Haven't used any abilities other than going invisible so far.
The journey to the postcard.
New era. Thank you very much for resubscribing up onto 4 months. Journey indeed. You'll get there, my dude. I'm sure of it. You'll get there. Cheers. Yeah, as far as I can tell, there is no way to strip the armor from the Archon. Nothing I have found works. Even corrosive procs have no effect. The corrosive proc will show. You'll get the damage bonus from condition overload stuff for corrosive procking. But corrosive procs have no effect on the armor of Archon Boreal here. None. Right, sit still, please. Sit still, sit still, sit still, sit still, sit still. Stop hiding your fucking head behind your wings. One shot. One shot. It works with the Felarx on Ivara. Oh, that is beautiful. You didn't even see the damage numbers, chat. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Not even Synax? No armor strips I found work. Yeah. If you want to try one and find one that works, go for it. I'm just saying that no, they don't. Non-prime Bane mods still worth. They have very, very little use, I'll be honest with you, Daiki. Very little use. Because you need to be using a status focus build, status damage focus build. And it then needs to be the best DPS edition, which it can be, but very rarely will it be. Very rarely will it be. What about the Operator Armor Strip? I'll be honest, I haven't tried that one because I've been focused on Maduro Void Strikes. It's very helpful otherwise. This seems wrong? It feels a bit wrong, doesn't it? But then you have to bring a lot of stuff together for this to work. Like, a lot. I have a endgame access weapon, you know, need to go to the Zaraman for it, which is endgame questline stuff, then unlocking it. I've got mods out the wazoo on it, very specifically modded. I am also using a very carefully modded Ivara with a subsumed ability. I am stacking up bonuses from Steel Path, Arcanes, and Galvanized mods, so that is Steel Path and Arbitrations also sorted out. Bringing it all together to get that shot in a very carefully placed shot. So whilst it does seem ridiculous, I think it's actually earned. To go to the effort of bringing all of that together and landing a shot just right, I think it's earned. Alright then, you. That worked. That worked. Didn't even shoot the deacon. Whoops. Yeah, do void things there. Kind of like the Eidolon one-shot, but let's get up to 11. Kind of like. Yeah. We're having to get a lot of stuff to work together here, very specific ways. I think there are probably only around about... Oh yeah, I've got the laser equipped, that's what was happening. I think there's only probably around about 4 weapons that can kill this quickly, guaranteed. There are going to be others out there that can get close, but these 4 are the ones which will absolutely slap it. Those 4 are the Kuvahek, Fenmore, Latum, Felarx. And that's for 2 different reasons. Well, Felarx kind of double dips, but yeah. Pretty much 2 different reasons. Yeah, the Felarx can get away without Zartas, but you are risking it, because it can go badly there. With Zarta's Whisper, it's a slap. It just wins. Oops, I missed. Fun fact, rad proccing enemies is actually really dangerous in this mission because I can get hit by a stray bullet and it'll just kill me. Which is really bad news if it happens. Was that a blue health grenade? I didn't see a blue health grenade, I'll be honest, no. Not sure what blue health grenade you saw. Hello, Korokop. I'm doing alright. Just, you know, casually one-shotting Archons and things to that effect. It's all good. So one video about Frame. Want to know if you can get banned for it. Because I read the article of Warframe, I think there is a chance. There is a chance you'll get banned for playing Warframe. That's not playing with Warframe with Frame. There is a chance you will get banned for 2 weeks from trading just by playing the game. Okay? The reason that happens is because you got too many resources in the mission, and so the game thinks, oh, this is something suspect. And support will do nothing to lessen that 2 weeks for you, it just happens. So yes, there is a chance that you can get banned whilst using Frame from Warframe. However, I have spoken to DE about it. They cannot endorse any particular application, but what they can tell me is that Frame on its own will not get you banned. It may contribute to other factors that can lead to a ban, and the one person I have had speak to me who claims this happened to them had no confirmation of that even being the case from DE, and also they got unbanned after they raised a ticket about it. So, third-party applications use at your own risk. However, DE know my channel exists. They literally sponsored the very last video to have gone on my channel so far, most recent one. So they clearly know about the videos and bits and pieces, not to mention I have reached out to them specifically about Frame. They haven't said, no, it is a bannable thing. They just can't endorse it. Yes, I have also been using previous software known as Warframe Info, which again has the exact same response from DE, which is, we can't endorse it directly, okay, use at your own risk, just don't break the rules. Those rules being things like, don't automate the game, don't hack the game, don't get the unfair rewards, all that kind of stuff. If you're not cheating, if you are not creating outlier results, nothing's going to go wrong. 99.99% of the time, nothing's going to go wrong. Pretty much Grilla, yes. The Femoral Latent don't have a consistent one-shot, but they can kill so quickly that the Archon just can't react. Yeah. I like Frame more for its functionality. I don't like that you have to open it before Warframe, because I consistently forget to do that. Aside from that one downside, Frame is better, yes. So playing a while ago, what's the state of the game like? So massive grind fest. It's a looter shooter. If you expected not grind from a looter shooter that's free to play, I don't know what to tell you, mate. Everyone defines grind themselves, their acceptable level of grind, but if you're expecting not looter shooter grind, I don't know what game you were playing. Pure and simple, really. Oh no, that thing killed me. Those discos are deadly to Ivara. Do not let them happen. Stand under them, take them out. Every time. Can you look at me, please? I won't get the headshot. Alright, now this is probably going to once again activate its special ability. Yep, there we are. Get into bullet jump range. Do that. Can you look at me? Oh, no, he's spawning in. Defensive stuff before I can do it, that's fine. Oh, why is it sat right there? I can't reach that easily. Need to dodge. Ah, I hate it when they just sit in really awkward spots. There we are. Right, now I can focus on the Archon again, unless it activates another ability! This is a downside second stage, because it's already weakened, it knows to activate its abilities. There we go, one shot. There we go. Once I got past the immortality abilities, which I'm fine with because there's something that I have to actively counter. Once I got past those, it's a one shot. Void Strike, yeah, Tom. Void Strike. 11 times the normal damage. By the way, Void Strike to buff up your damage against the Archon doesn't really do much. It will buff it, but not by a lot. So a Reddit post claiming Uradi is kind of useful in the Archon fight. Is this true? I wouldn't recommend Uradi for anything, and that includes this now. You can open a Echo when you're also in the launcher of Warframe, so you can actually create a macro. I know there's ways to remember to open it and whatnot, I just forget to. And the less I fiddle, the better. Things like to break around me if I'm not careful. You can break the canisters on Aerolist with a gunblade. Yeah, there are ways to break it without using the operator. I just prefer to use the operator. You can, for example, use the Fullman and Catch Moon to take them out as well. Wide body projectile weapons will work a treat for taking them out. So yeah. So both Ivara and Rhino using the Kuvahek and the Felarks, I've just one-shot the Archon in both stages. Yeah. Is there any reason to run Archons more than one a week? No. Unless you want to just get better at it or you're playing it with friends. Intrinsically, as in the rewards from the mission, no. You don't get the rewards again. You just get to either wail on the Archon or get wailed on by the Archon. That's it. Once you've got the reward, you got the reward. Would Caustic Strike make them take more damage? Caustic Strike. The armor strip? No. Because it doesn't work. The Archon will not have its armor removed. Animalic, thanks for the bits, mate. Oh yeah, I'm so glad we can play this multiple times for testing. If I couldn't go back into the mission for testing, I would be pissed. Like, genuinely pissed. At the difficulty in any kind of testing I would make. Wish we could get shards more often? Well, starting next week, we should be able to get 2 a week, so that's a thing. Yeah. Would the Tenet Archoplasma be good against it? Probably not, no. We can give it a try. I'm almost certain this is going to go badly. Almost certainly going to go badly. Can the Natruk one-shot? No. Just can't. I'd be well, if you had a squad of people who all focused their abilities carefully together, I'm talking like getting Eclipse from Mirage, adding on a Smite Infusion, a Shock Trooper, a Fireball Frenzy, Raw buff, adding on all of these different bits while standing on an Ivara empowered Zipwire. If you got all of those things together, you might be able to get the Natruk to one-shot. Volt Shield. I'm not even sure if you can get all these buffs going at once, though. But the biggest thing you'll be missing is the multi-shot. There's just not enough. I know why I chose that number of bits. 80. Right, yeah, of course, Automatic. Right, I see. You wanted to get number 1 on the leaderboard by 1 bit. I'm glad you appreciate my channel that much. Can we get a peek at the Ivara build? Yeah, sure. Sure! There you go. Now, don't you go screenshotting and putting that on different Discords and whatnot, you know. Come on, be fair. If people are going to watch it, they can come here to watch it. Until I put out the video, anyway. Anyway, so just got out of an 80-minute Dota 2 match. Hard-fought win. Yikes. Well, congrats on the win all the same, my dude. Congrats on the win. So, yeah, the basic premise here is just all the strength, all of this, and all of that, because this has a strength bonus as well, the headshot damage. Most people usually ignore that. I mean, why would you care? But here it matters a lot. One hell of a lot. Arcane Consequence for moving around very quickly, very nice. Arcane Energize, just because even with all of this energy, there's a chance I might run out or something, I don't know. Energize isn't actually needed on this build, but, well, what else am I going to put there, to be quite honest with you? What else am I putting there? I don't intend to take any damage whatsoever to Avengers off the table. Ganagub, thank you very much for subscribing with your Prime. Welcome to the channel proper, my dude. Oh. Cheers on that. Enjoy your lovely blue badge. You got emotes to go with it. The no more ads on Twitch, which is a great one. And of course, you now have access to the Supporter Lounge on Discord. Plasmork can headshot. I don't know that it can. I don't think it can. Hold on. Let me see. I'm just going to go to the weekend list. If it can't headshot, I'm just not even going to test it, because without the headshot, we definitely can't one-shot. But Arca Plasmor on the wiki, I'm just going to check. Does it headshot? Suffer some low critical multiplier and no bonus damage on headshots. It can't headshot. Well, that's that one in a nutshell. It cannot headshot. Yeah, that sucks. We're not even using that then. Thank you, Carcop, for the 50 bits, and thank you, Adamatic, for the 32 bits, exactly. See the build again? You making it? Yeah, sure. So this is the Ivara build. To walk you through everything here, we've got maximum efficiency with preparation and flow. So that on spawn, we've got all the energy we could possibly need for the entire fight. No worry, no concern whatsoever. We just have it. Ivara's bonus will still improve the headshot multiplier. Yeah, but we don't get the headshot multipliers that we need. So we're missing out on literally triple damage. Any reason for Zarta's Whisper on Navigator instead of Quiver? So Quiver has some important things involved. It has these sleep arrows. Sometimes you need to get enemies to stop being a nuisance. Sleep is great for that. It has the zip wire. Sometimes you just need to move around without enemies being able to detect you. Zip wire is incredible for that. It's a movement tool for Ivara. Getting rid of that is actually a really bad idea. Whereas, Navigator? Navigator can take our projectile, we're not using any. One projectile, we're still not using any. And navigate it to an enemy with some slight bonus damage. It's just not worth it. This is far superior to Navigator. Korokop and Adamike, thank you very much, both of you, for another 50 bits there. Cheers, guys. Have I tried Wisp's Breach Surge yet? I haven't tried Wisp's Breach Surge to try and take out the Archon, no. I'm not sure exactly how that would work out. I'll be honest, I'm quite satisfied that I've found multiple one-shot options already, so I haven't really been looking for much more than that. Just FYI, you can also go with a raw build on Ivara. It's the exact same build. Literally the exact same, except I swap in Raw instead of Zarta's Whisper. And that again feeds perfectly into using the Kuva Heck to just slam it home. It's wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Someone asked about the Heck mod for multi-shot, because if I can use that, that'd be amazing, but I don't think you can. Yes, I have the mod Scattered Justice. And I'm fairly certain it doesn't go on here. If it does, I look like an idiot. It does not, no. So we can't use Scattered Justice for the multi-shot. Would Nezha's Halo help with a one-shot? When you say Nezha's Halo, I'm sure you don't mean Warding Halo, you actually mean Blazing Chakram. And for that, probably it would help, but you also need to then specifically have Nezha. Just not as good. Is Empowered Quiver's crit chance whilst on Zipwire excessive here? It is excessive, Rainuva, yeah. You can use it, but that requires you then to set up a Zipwire. As you guys may have noticed, whilst I was using this build, also first,
Solving the practical problem of money for 4 months.
Thank you very much, Buns and Shotguns, for helping me solve that practical problem. Certainly in the times we've got at the moment. Cheers once again for your resubscription now on 4 months, dude. Appreciate it. And thank you, Quintus, for the 42 bits. I don't know if that affects a hype train. I think it has to be 100 or more. I don't actually know what the thresholds are, to be honest. Hype trains are weird. But yeah, thank you. Yeah, one thing we noticed with the Ivara build is that Boreal, when they don't know where I am, just goes somewhere. It starts looking away from me. And that means a zip wire is actually going to be a poor idea, because usually we're not going to be able to line up the shot we're looking for.
You're all right,
Quintus,
Doc.
thank you very much for the 200 bits. Appreciate that, my dude. And Korokop gifting out a sub to Sailing to Nowhere. Thank you very much on that as well. Animalik with the 200 bits. Chim Wizard with the 23 bits. You guys are awesome. Cheers. Let's solve a practical problem, my depression. That depends on what the cause of your depression is there, Tigris Prime. I mean, it might be a result of your circumstances, it might be a chemical imbalance, it might be a past trauma that you're working through.
Doc.
Best people to speak to on that would be your doctor or a therapist to help peel back what's going on and see about a way forwards for you. But there are always a way forward. As someone who's been through it myself, there's always a way forwards. Just gotta look for it. Quintus, thank you very much for the 240 bits. Ghost95, thank you very much for the subscription at tier 1. Welcome to the channel proper, my dude. Adamatic, thank you for the 240 bits. And Chim Wizard for another 32 bits on top of that. You guys are awesome. Oh. Okay, and then Quintus, being Quintus, decides let's just change the game entirely. With, how many is that? 17 gifted subs. 17 out to Sir Clan, to Black Snorlax, to MX455, to Bygor Bullet, I want to say, to The Mako, to Dez, to Tommy Bisque, to Baby Kangaroo, to Elven Jedi, to T-Nex, to X Project X, to Epic Liam, to Berniquet. I'm sure I'm getting some of these very wrong. That might be Berniquet, actually. To Consulting Designer, to Metasar, to Quaglio, to Gamer Auto. Thank you very much, Quintus, for the 17 gifted subs, my dude. We hit 200 viewers on a normal stream, it's time to celebrate. I mean, true, the fact that we got this many people here is absolutely amazing. I do love to see everyone here. I hope you're not just here for the drops. You're also here for the one-shotting Archons, which we've done 4 times now. Motorbike coming. Is it a really loud one today? Not the loudest. Not the loudest. And Korokop, thank you very much for gifting a sub over to Tigris Prime as well. And now this brings us to a level 5 hype trade, which on the one hand, absolutely love. On the other hand, now you guys know, we're going to see once again what happens on a level 5 hype train. On a level 5 hype train, everyone who contributes to it gets a vote on what former goes on to what item. Quintus is suggesting a Bone Widow former. Now, there are 2.5 minutes for others to join in on that and to get in on a vote on it. It's, yeah. Were they flat out one-shots that skipped the phase? So, Telscape, they were one-shots as far as the game allows. It skipped every ability on the first stage because Boreal didn't get time to use the single ability. On the second stage, as soon as he cleared away the invulnerabilities, the stuff where we had to get whatever challenge done first, like popping the repulsion field, once that was dealt with, tap. Just done. Just
Fighting
done.
well, Tino.
SF Sniper, thank you very much for the subscription with Prime once again. You're onto a silver badge now, my dude. Cheers. Oh. Thank you very much on that. And Animalik is also casting a vote, agreeing with Quintus on putting another former into Bone Widow, which I'd need to rank up before I could former it, guys. I thought we were one-shotting Archons, but apparently we're going to spend 45 minutes on this again. Level 5 hype trains, why do we let them happen? I just realised that New Era requested a change in music earlier as well. Let me fix that. Let me fix that real quick. There you go, New Era. X Project saying Bone Widow former as well. Okay, the votes are basically cast at this point. The votes are basically cast. Ugh. If not one shot, what would you recommend for an average player? So Clayn, I'm going to need a little bit more information on that, to be honest, my dude, because the average player can one-shot the Archons. You need to gear up for it. This is endgame content. There is absolutely zero excuse for not gearing up for the Archons. If you go in with less than your best gear possible, less than the stuff that's designed to smash through it, tough. I have zero sympathy at that point. You've chosen to go into the top level fight with less than the top level. It's going to be more difficult. My advice in a game about gearing up is to gear up. And if that sounds very one-minded, well, tough. That's how this works. I focus on getting the absolute optimal gear to create these one-shots. Go for it. And then, yeah, anyone can one-shot it. Once you got that down, it takes some skill, it takes some practice to know how to do it effectively. You will mess up. There are still skill challenges in the boss fight, but I take away all of the damage attenuation grind. You just gone. Absolutely gone. Punson Shotgun saying I could use the former on Ivara. On your Ivara. Oh no, on your Ivara. No. I'll stay on mine. And Organic Gear, thank you very much for subscribing at tier 1. Welcome to the channel as well, my dude. Thank you very much for that. Enjoy lovely Boo Badger emotes and the ad-free viewing here on Twitch, plus the supporter T-Lounge on Discord. Oh. Cheers. For those of you who regularly cause these level 5 hype trains, I just want to let you know, you've done it so often now, I have every single one of the level 5 hype train emotes. All of them. Every single one of them. That's insane. You guys are absolutely ridiculous in your support. I love that. Thank you. For those of you wondering about the Kuva Heck build, by the way, here you go. I know you guys can see it with the overlay, but anyone curious, there you go as well. Silent Battery is specifically for Ivara. She needs that. For other frames, it's not necessary, but I still find it useful to have that on there. But you can go with other stuff. Chilling Reload, the cold combines with the innate toxin on my progenitor bonus to give me viral, but only a small amount of it. The main damage is radiation because that is what Boreal is weak to. And I'm going to assume it's going to be the other Archons too, because alloy armor is a typical mainstay for bosses. And Chin Wizard, thank you for the 40 bits, dude. Appreciate it. So yeah, this is absolutely brilliant. Deadhead is also crucial because the headshot multiplier, it takes you from a 3 times headshot multiplier to a 3.9 times headshot multiplier, which again, ridiculously good. It also only requires 3 kills to get max stack on the damage bonus, and it lasts for 24 seconds per stack, which is a pretty good long time too. Do you need Void Strike to one-shot Archons? Nope. The only time I use Void Strike ever against the Archons is when the aerialists spawn. I pop to Operator, Void Strike, melt those canisters because it just tears through them with Void Strike, and then pop, take them out. Both the Kuva Heck and Felarx can one-shot them if you're lucky enough. Does the weekly refresh tomorrow? Weekly, I think, is going to reset on Wednesday. With the update. Yeah. It says over here. Here? Yeah, 2 days, 20 hours. So it's going to reset Wednesday. Did they fix the Stack Decay Bug? Yes. I have had no reports of it not working from any credible source. So it has been fixed now. Tigris Prime for one shot? I don't think that works. Tigris Prime. Let's see. So it's got more multi-shot, it's got more damage, it's got low crit stats though. That low crit is definitely going to hold it back. It hasn't got the progenitor bonus, so this is actually going to be higher than that. And the Tigris Prime doesn't have a super mega multi-shot one-shot. So this 609, when you actually use the Kuva Heck properly, it actually comes out to just shy of 4,000 damage. So Tigris Prime being, what's that? Just a bit over a third of the damage. Yeah, just a bit over a third of the damage, a much lower multi-shot in the total hit, because this is 28 versus 8 with the proper shot. I don't know if this can one-shot. I don't know if it can. I mean, we can try. You can see how formed it to start looking at it. I don't think it can get there. No Prime frame with this update season, no. The new frame was Styanax, but not a Prime. Grinlock one shot? Oh god, no. No, there's no way the Grinlock could. I've got Prisma Grinlock. Yeah, no. That damage is terrible. Normal Grinlock? Pfft, no. No chance whatsoever of a one shot. Absolutely zero. Rubico Prime? Nope, not a shot. Rubico Prime has a base damage of 187. The Kuva Heck at maximum progenitor bonus is just shy of 4,000 damage. 187 just cannot compete with that. The headshot stats, the crit stats, they aren't there for it. Simply can't. Foreman? No bueno. The Foreman doesn't get a headshot bonus, so it's much less. Twin Vipers? Bruh. I'm not even answering that one. Not even answering that one. So let's walk you guys through what actually works here, why these things are so good. Because there are two forms of damage attenuation against the boss being the Archon. there are two forms of damage attenuation. The first form is a weapon scaling one. So the stronger your weapon is, the more damage per pellet or per single shot that your weapon does, the more damage resistance there is to try and bring it back down again. So with the Kuvahek here, it's this damage here which is being scaled. Not the final result for multi-shot, it's this damage here which is being scaled, the per pellet. Same with any of the multi-shot weapons. So if you add on multi-shot, the individual multi-shots are not getting downscaled. I've tested and verified this. What does get downscaled are pure damage, so like the plus damage here, the plus damage here, the plus damage from Void Strike. Those do get reduced by the weapon scaling attenuation. And then elemental mods like plus electricity, plus heat, plus cold, they also get downscaled. But things like critical hits, headshots, the headshot multiplier bonus, multi-shot, faction bonuses, I've tested all of those. None of them, absolutely none of them, get downscaled by the weapon scaling attenuation. But there is a second form of damage attenuation that happens on the Archons, and you've all seen it happen. If you have ever fought an Archon, or ever fought a Kuvalich, or ever fought a Sister Parvos, you have already seen it happen, you have noticed it, and then probably been confused as to how it exists and what it does. That second form is the adaptive scaling. Adaptive damage attenuation, or applied damage attenuation. I think I'm going to call it applied in the video. The reason I'm saying you've seen it before is because you've seen when you first hit something, say you've got Mesa Prime wailing on a Sister Parvos. For the first moment that Mesa Prime is going brrr with the guns, you'll notice the health shoots down, and then it just kind of doesn't. It just keeps on not going anywhere. You stop firing for a bit, you get blasted off a ledge, you go to revive a teammate, you come back to the fight, no one shot them for a bit, you start shooting, and then it stops again. It seems to just stop going anywhere. That is the applied damage attenuation. This takes into account your multi-shot, your crits, and all that other stuff because it doesn't care about that. It cares about how much health did the boss lose in the last, second. I don't need the exact time frame, but it feels like it's about a second or two. It takes all of that damage scaling that's happened in that, damage received, the actual health lost in that second, and it snaps in very, very quickly, constantly updating a new damage resistance. So that as you continue to fire, those shots just don't get anywhere. If you stop firing, the resistance goes. There's not been any damage for a while until you hit them again. That is the key to this one shot. We first of all avoid the initial damage attenuation by having absolutely shed loads of multi-shot on top of some pretty good crits, on top of headshot bonuses. These are not attenuated by the weapon attenuation. And then there is the applied attenuation, which, well, we hit it so quickly it doesn't have time to react. We go straight through to the core of the damage. We one-shot it so hard, it has no chance to even respond. If I use this same build and I only shoot the normal mode rather than the alt fire, doing 1/4 of the damage, oh yeah, sure, I will deal a lot of damage. I think I dealt about 1/3 of its health. But when I fired a second time, it didn't even do 5%. The very next shot. Actually, I think I did, no, with that particular test, I did the alt fire, but I didn't hit a headshot, I hit a body shot. And then the follow-up, yeah, was just so much weaker because of the applied attenuation. Is Prime Point Blank better than Galvanized Savvy? In the use case of this weapon, yes, but only for the use case of this weapon. The reason being for that, Liv, is because with Galvanized Savvy, first of all, you need to start getting those status procs to hit before the other shots start building up. We can't be gambling on that. Sure, this might get three statuses popping up onto them, 3 different statuses, and then, hey, more damage bonus. But all the shots that got us there didn't have that damage bonus, so that's no good. Secondly, when you're building up the stacks on everything here, this has no stacks, there are no status on the enemy. We just want pure damage to straight up headshot those enemies quickly, and then get to the boss fight. So this is superior to Savvy. It doesn't make a huge amount of difference, practically speaking, if you can get everything to line up in your favor, but this is just the better option for this very specific build. Just for this one. Radium say, would adaptive or active damage attenuation be a better name than applied? I might go with active, actually. Like, weapon attenuation and active attenuation. Active might be a better word. Yeah. Yeah, Liv, yeah. Savvy will one-shot. I just found that there was some variable nature to it if you got unlucky with the status procs, because, you know, the status chance is only 13%. We're going to get a lot of multi-shot, but it is still 13%. If things don't go your way, if they don't proc in the right order, or if you proc a load of radiation and nothing else, then this is just kind of not doing what it needs to do. So this is just the safer approach. It guarantees the one-shot. This can also one-shot, but makes things more variable, more risky. Why add in risk when you can just one-shot? No concern, no question, no problem. Easy peasy. Like, why take the chance of it failing when you could just not? Practical. Just stick to the practical. It absolutely works. Really does. Right, okay, we need to attend to the fact that there was a level 5 hype train and y'all voted for this to be ranked up and forward. Once again. So, yeah, I suppose there are mod slots I've yet to use. I do need to get around to putting it there, but... No, Korokop. Just no. Just... no. Alright, so, now, previously I've gone to Railjack Survival to level up the Necromech, but this time I would like to take it elsewhere. Some people have said that the open worlds and armor bounties can actually be very good for it, so we could do that. We could absolutely do armor bounties to level it up. You know what, I'm going to put a poll on this one. I'm going to put a poll on what you guys would prefer for the leveling of Bone Widow. So where to Bone Widow, Nama or Railjack Survival? Very simple, 1 minute poll. Thermia Fractures? No, these two options. Just these two. I don't want to do Thermia Fractures, frankly. What do we want to do? The Nama Bounty or the Railjack Survival? And of course, 3 of you guys can join in on that as well. So if you want to be in on what have we got coming, make sure you send me a message letting me know you want to be part of that. First 3 come, first 3 serve on that. Get your voting, guys. You got a minute on that. Are we doing Nama or Railjack Survival for that? Which of the 3 is actually the best for leveling them? To be honest, I've not done the Nama bounties before now, but others have said they're actually really good, so we can give it a try. We can give it a try. I think it was 45 minutes of survival to level up my Necromech, but that was without a booster. I'm getting a booster this time, because I'm not spending 45 minutes on it. I'm definitely not spending 45 minutes. Do I have that already? Nope. Good. Yeah. And Nama Bounty wins it, 62%. Alrighty. Teflon Raid, come on in. Oh, I should probably set myself to not solo and then do that. That would be sensible. There you go. Use the meter also. I don't know if it'll affect the Bone Widow, but I'll give it a try. It's a shout. That is indeed a shout. Give it a whirl. We have Liv saying they want to join in. There you go. Well, come on, Zom. You need to message me quickly. Need to message me quickly. First come, first serve. We already said this. Gonna bring good old Lavos. And I was leveling up some other stuff as well. Felarx needs leveling, so let's grab that. There we go. Beautiful. And yo, Dimby Dean are resubscribing with their Prime onto 4 months now. Dimby Dean, thank you very much for the continued support, my dude. It's amazing. Oh. Cheers. Enjoy the pain in the ass. It's not as an armor. I believe they owe me the problems. Ooh, I'd like to join if you can wait a minute. Zom is available now. Sorry, Elliot. No good. No good. You can't say wait a minute. First come, first serve. If you're not here to be served, you've not come first. No bueno on that one. Alright, let's do this. Oh, and let's make sure I've got this appropriately modded on the weapon. Yes, I have. Did I put any mods onto Iron Bride? I did. Good. They all suck, but I have them on there. This is modded for corrosive. Yeah, that'll do just fine. I think. Probably. Probably okay. Just curious, is there a difference for me between normal sub and prime subs? No. A Prime sub is a tier 1 sub. I get exactly the same value from that through Twitch as I do a tier 1 sub. Prime and tier 1 are functionally and entirely the same. The only difference is to you guys that you've already given Bezos some money, but now you get to tell him to give it to me. That's the difference. When you subscribe with a Prime sub, you are telling Bezos himself to pay me. Thank you. That guy has too much money. Send some my way. Absolutely. Alright, let's head down. It's night in 52, which means it's currently day, which means we're on Cetus. Let's head to Cetus 3. Oh, wait, you know, yeah, XP Blessing. What am I doing? Yeah, let's do that first. Good shout there, Jerry. Good shout. Prime subs means I get paid by billionaires? True, yes. If you subscribe to me with your Prime, you are directly controlling a billionaire's funds and sending them to my wallet. And honestly, that is the best thing you can do against a billionaire. Take their money away, they've got too much. Subscribe with Prime, save the world. That's how it works, right? Right? Maybe? I don't know, something like that. Alright, I'll make sure everyone's in and then I'll give out the Affinity Boost. Let's just check on the map. I can see one, and they're gone. Where is everyone? There's Liv. Is going to change this because of Twitch not being profitable? I mean, I think they tried doing it that way just to get everyone onto Amazon Prime more. So, you know. As I said that with all the tax, he only lives off 1.2 million in a year. Yeah, and then all the other stuff that he just has kind of, you know, gifted to him and shared with him and all that stuff. I don't believe those figures. You can't live his lifestyle on 1.2 million a year. It's not possible. Ta-da! Ah, isn't that lovely? Lovely, lovely hearts. Alright then, let's do this. Oh, another one popped in. Thank you. Now we're heading down to Cetus 3. Now, if you guys do find yourself in a situation where you're wondering, oh, well, I've not got Amazon Prime. Do I buy Amazon Prime to subscribe to Ken? Or do I get a tier 1 sub to subscribe to Ken? Honestly, your choice. If you want Amazon Prime, get Amazon Prime. If you don't want it, don't do it. If you don't want to support Amazon, you can support me in entirely different ways. You can support by being a member on YouTube instead, which is kind of like subscribing on Twitch, but for YouTube. So you get emotes for the comment section over there. Why am I walking through this? I can fast travel. And likewise, there is also Patreon if you want an entirely different way of supporting overall, because there's very different stuff over on Patreon. So if you want to support me a different way, there are many, many different ways about it. Hell, you can even use the tip function. I think the tip function has been used twice ever on this channel, so why not be number 3? You never know. Might be your thing. Alright, Nama, let's go. Enough selling you out. We're going to go kill some peeps. Twitch is removing hosting. Yeah, hosting is honestly a waste of time. I've seen zero value in hosting. Actually, I've seen negative value in hosting.
Once more, they round us up.
It's fine that it's going away. I have no attachment to it. OnlyFans? Don't have an OnlyFans. No. You get enough of this pretty face here. You don't need an OnlyFans. Yo, Mactan coming out with the 3 gifted subs out to Mathan Live, to Not Supposed to Be Here, and Striker XVE. Thank you very much, Mactan, for the generosity, my dude. Cheers.
This mission is to land on the point and disrupt the force before they can mobilize.
Alright, let's go do the Nana caches. Now, this is a great start. The very first objective is to not kill. How is this going to level my necromech? Oh yeah, blink pads. I should probably use those. Yeah, I should definitely be using blink pads. Alright, let's find those caches. I'm listening. Here? No? There. There it is. And third one. Probably up over here. Yep. Nailed it! Once you do it long enough, you kind of get an idea as to where they're going to spawn. Yeah, I get your Anuva. I'm okay with the tech not being spent on that. I get ya. Third Perch Geek saying, Engineer, just wanted to say thanks for being a big brain tenno and help us be big brain tenno too. My pleasure, my dude. My pleasure on that. Not even enjoying the channels. Alright, what was my key bind for this? 7? 7. Big braining just continues. I have my numpad set up for a number of my gear wheel items, so 7 just cools down my necromech. I think 0, if I jump out. Yeah, 0 is my K drive. 6 is my Archwing, all that good stuff. All that good stuff. Are we getting a Nightwave done as well? Ah, okay. I'll be honest, I've not been paying attention to Nightwave recently. Don't really need to. What abilities would I recommend to subsume onto Ivara for those high damage hits? If you are using an Incarnate weapon, Zarta's Whisper. If you are not, Raw. Those are your 2 options. Don't use other ones. Don't use Eclipse for it. Too much of a gamble. You don't want to gamble on a one-shot. Do not use elemental buffs. They're not as strong. Raw, or if you are using the Incarnate weapons, Zarta's Whisper. That's it. Those are your options. Yo! Whoa, 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 whoa. What just happened here? Nightmare Frame raiding in with 1,319 people. My dude, you've been having a good day. Welcome in every single one of you. Why is my face there? I suppose my shoulders kind of stopped here and the face continues up from it, doesn't it? Welcome in everyone. Hope you are doing well. I can barely see if there is a single message around that. I've lost attention to where the drone is now. There it is. It's not that thing. We're looking after the drone. Welcome in, guys. Hope you've had a stream. A good stream there. Hope you had a stream. Hope you've had a good stream, Nightmare. Welcome in, guys. At the moment, we are leveling up the Bone Widow because, well, a lot of people decided to gift a lot of subs and said, let's do it. So we're doing it. We're just getting some levels on this, and then it's back to smacking up the Archons because I have had multiple one-shots here on stream already. We're going to be doing more to demonstrate just how much you can slap them around. You've had a good stream? Nice. Always a good thing we've had a good stream. And yeah, we're having a good one. We are having a good one. Like I say, we've already one-shot the Archons multiple times over, and I intend to keep doing that as soon as we are done leveling up this Necromech, which is on rank 6 so far. This might take a hot minute. Bear with me, chat. Without any boosters, it took 45 minutes in Railjack Survival. So with these boosters, it should take 20 minutes here on the plains, if this is indeed faster. If it takes more than 20 minutes here, then I know that I want to level Bone Widow in Railjack instead. Am I rolling Cold Chrome with Zarta's Whisper for one-shots? That's not one thing I've done so far, no. We did Zarta's Whisper on Ivara for a very specific build. We've done a Rhino approach using Smite and Fusion. I've showcased that Ivara with Raw also works. But I've not done a Chroma build for it yet, no. Neither Chroma nor Zaki for that matter. I should do tier 2 Profit Taker Bounty, 10-minute level. Ooh. Straight from the man himself. Tier 2 Profit Taker Bounty. Well, okay, when we're done here, we'll go there, because this is not covering a lot, and it's 5 minutes in already. Oh, we need to go over this way, actually, don't we? Ah, come on, where are the enemies? I can see the shots coming from over this way. There you are, that's one of them. More over there. I hear you. Where are they at? Where are they at? Another mass of enemies. Is it right on top of us? It looks like the circle's right on top of us. I don't know if it's a new one. Why do they not get rid of the old circles? Don't pick up the key at the end just to kill? I suppose we could do that. Yeah, we could just kill them indefinitely, as long as there's no time limit. Although we have got a time limit. Kill the 3 mini-bosses in the vault, then the amulet outside, don't extract, stick around outside, and don't destroy the beacons. Oh, on that mission. Good shout, Nightmare, good shout. Yeah, we can give that a try then. There we are. Somehow bugged into the speedy run. That's fine. Oh, I didn't kill it. That's embarrassing. That is embarrassing.
The detachment won't soon recover from that story.
Alright, well, yeah, this is not getting a lot of XP here. Someone suggested this as a way to level it, but it's really not giving that much.
The commander in
So we
charge
won't do
of
that.
the detachment is hiding somewhere near my waypoint. Grab it out and eliminate them.
Nightmare, I am curious. Have you had much luck with the Archon so far? Have you been focused on the Archon so far? Where do I need to be? I need to be there. The guy who goes way too deep in numbers and Warframe and makes it entertaining? Yeah, that's me. You did them twice, fell asleep? Oh, fair enough. I did them a bit. Figured out how to one-shot them. One-shot them in more ways than I probably should. Some of them were a little bit too tricky for my liking, like staying alive solo. But Rhino and Ivara just absolutely slap. Rhino and Ivara really just walk all over them. It's hilarious. Side enemies kill you, not the boss. It's the laser disco. The laser disco is terrifying. That thing triggers and you're in a bad spot, or you've got buffs that you need to be using right there and then. It's horrible. I have once had it where the repulsion field set off and a laser disco at the same time. I was pinned up against the wall and it just took me out. Like, come on, don't do that to me. We only just spawned. Game doesn't care. RNG sometimes just do that. Gonna rest now? You have yourself a good rest then, dude. Thank you very much for raiding on over here. Thank you for bringing your community. You deserve rest. And for those of you who come on over here, make sure you stick around. As soon as we got this leveled, we're going straight back to one-shotting Archons. And you want to know how that works. I don't know if D wants you to know how that works, but I'm going to let you know how that works. Absolutely. How do I stay motivated to play Warframe? By not only playing Warframe. Last night I spent 3 hours on Minecraft. On Friday I streamed Terraria. I think on Wednesday managed to get yet another win on Apex, which is great because I have no aim whatsoever. The AoE meta has kind of ruined my aim. So I'm working on that now. I mean, this doesn't count. That's just sitting there. That's cheating. There we are. Yeah, the key to enjoying Warframe still is to not only play Warframe, do other things too. If when you do those other things, you then go, you know what, I want to play some more Warframe now. Cool, you're still interested in Warframe. If you never get a hankering to go back, okay, cool, you've had your fill. Job done. Nice, there we are. One Nightwave challenge sorted as well. Added value. Goes with all games. It goes with all things in life, to be honest. Too much of anything. I mean, by definition, it's too much, but a lot of anything, unless you are hyper dedicated, will burn you out. You have to have a passion beyond passion to stick with one thing for an ungodly amount of time, and that's where you get people who are Guinness World Record holders and celebrities in certain things. The people who do have that ultimate passion. That's not for everyone. Hell, it's not even for most people. It's physically impossible for it to be most people. That's fine. Someone said they should get rid of damage attenuation. I'm in two minds about that. On the one hand, I've said before now that Warframe's damage scaling is a little bit too ridiculous. That it makes it where players, well, and enemies too, at a low level are basically using a pea shooter disguised as a gun, and then at high levels we're using a nuclear railgun disguised as a pea shooter. It's kind of ridiculous. Damage attenuation, by design, actually kind of undoes that absolutely insane scaling, but it also does it in a bit of a poor way, because the numbers you put in are not the numbers you get out, and it seems arbitrary. To the point that some people think that putting on Raw actually makes them weaker. It doesn't. They're not looking at what's happening in the game, but you shouldn't have to look at everything happening in the game in minute detail to figure out if you are being nerfed or not. So, It's not the worst thing, and there are ways around it. Like I said, I can one-shot the Archons, but, you know. Alright, we just spent how long? 11 minutes on 100,000 base XP. So let's try out the Profit Taker bounty instead then. Like a good old Nightmare suggested. Let's try that one out. Mechanics instead of damage could be good. I mean, the Archon fights have mechanics. They do. Even down to the point of having mechanics which encourage a Well, that's new. What? Okay, I'll just walk through then. Fine. Yeah. Bouncy gate? I mean, that was straight up non-Euclidean space turnaround, something right there. Oh, that was a thing. The rope low list can be challenging too, a bit too much for first-time players. The rope low list is quite a bit to take on board because there's a lot happening, but it is one of the more mechanically good fights in Warframe, seriously, if you excuse the bugs. Oh, and now I am also teleporting up and down. This gate's having a bit of a day. This gate is definitely having a bit of a day. That way to the town. Alright. Chocodika, which build is it you're asking for? If it's the one-shot build, there's more than one build, and, well, we'll be showing them again, don't you worry. Hell, I'm doing an entire video on how to one-shot Archons, so everyone in the entire community will know how to do it, and then DE will be like, Ked, what? No, no, please, Ked, why did you do this? It was meant to be difficult. Yeah, you let me one-shot it, I one-shot it. I'm here to solve practical problems, I'm not here to be nice. I'm here to tell you guys how to be good at the game. You can't get past Angels of Zaran quest at the moment? You'll get there, mate. You'll get there. You might need to upgrade your gear, but you'll get there. At least with the Angels of Zaran, you can go upgrade your gear. You'll get there. If the mission has two factions in it, for example Fishers, do you use two faction mods? Stick to the faction mods for the enemies you're actually facing. The Fishers don't spawn as many enemies as the main mission, so I'd focus on the main mission if you're using a faction mod. I would focus on those main enemies. Seven Rage, come back in. Live. Ooh, give him the invite. There we are. Come on in. Zom, come on in. Reb says this is a test boss, so give him your best. Well, okay then. I mean, if I put out the video, say, here's all the ways you one-shot it, and then the very next patch says, here's all the things we've changed, it's everything as Ink Engineer's build. Okay. Well, thanks for that. But, if it leads to a better game experience, I'm all for it. If it leads to a worse one, not my fault, I'm not the one designing the game. Pure and simple on that way. It's like with the whole discussion around the AoE meta, followed by then doing a video on nuke frames. I'm not the one designing the game, I show you guys ways you can play the game, and because there was a very heated and very broad discussion about AoE, I threw in what I could offer around the AoE discussion. But at the end of the day, I'm not a dev. Food Scarlet, cheers. Well, that's all my tea gone. So much for that. Thanks for beta testing the update. We've been beta testing Warframe since Warframe released. Ironically enough. Did they end up taking any of my ideas and applying them? I haven't looked back at the video to check because, to be quite honest, it doesn't matter if they took my ideas on or not. I give the ideas, but I'm not hired by them and they're not connected with me in that regard. So if they chose not to use any of them or chose to use some of them, either way doesn't actually matter.
Right, we're all here.
Either way doesn't actually matter. Right now, Nightmare peeps, whatever you call yourselves as a community, those, what, 700 odd of you that are still here? This is the one he said, right? This is the one to do. Yay? Nay? I check his messages real quickly. Don't know if I can. Yes, I can. Haha! Yeah, so he said do tier 2 Profit Taker, 10-minute level, kill the 3 mini bosses in the vault, then the ambulance, don't extract, stick around. And don't destroy the beacon. Okay, cool. We can do that. We can do that. Something about an ambulance? Yeah, we have to call the bondulance.
Waiting for you in the field. Gear up and get out there.
Very good, Liv, yeah. What's this for? So I need to level up my Necromech because we hit a level 5 hype train and then some. And those who hit it voted for me to level up my Bone Widow to Max Informer again. So that's what we're doing. And then we'll get back to shooting the Archon. Yeah, this is the equivalent of a beach episode, taking a moment away from the big old campaign fighting to just enjoy our lovely, lovely Warframes and go shoot some stuff up because we're still genocidal maniacs. This is our beach episode in the middle of the stream. Alright, so, beach episode, where do I go? Invalid launch point. What?
It's pretty and all, but I find it hard
What?
to give 2/10
What do you mean invalid launch point?
for a place this cold. Right, so the satellite sorted.
Why can I not summon it?
I'm going to adapt to your attacks. Enrichment Labs holds the harmonics.
Okay, that's...
With it, Biz thinks you can slow.
what do I think about the Archon mods? I'll be honest, I've looked and they're like, some of them are obviously direct upgrades, others I'm a bit, I don't know. We'll have to see on that. We'll have to see. I'm meant to be here, aren't I? Can the arrow move? Okay.
That means you need 3 pass
Oh.
keys, and you've got to get them quick.
I'm being yeeted.
Expired, they're not reauthorized on your
Mission broke? I don't know. I mean, maybe we just have to wait for them to talk. Alright, kill the directors. There we go. We were probably just waiting for them to talk, weren't we?
The taxman cares more about
So now can I summon this? Nope. Ah, there we go. There we go. Now I can summon. Beautiful. How do I get down there? Ah, it's fine if I just exist. I'll still be scooping up bits and pieces. How do I get to that one? Do I get down here? Well, not with this, I don't.
Can't believe they fell for that. Well, we've got the director's attention. Coming out for a nosy.
And over this way, I guess. But also not. Oh, this place is a maze. This place is an absolute maze.
Your first target is the armaments director.
Now it's steal the data mass. I don't know where I am.
How much blood was on that mother's hands?
You can get to the furthest direct before it even spawns? Ah, that's a thing then. Fair enough. How have I ended up in this situation? I feel like I'm running in circles. What? Okay, that's not where I need to be. What have I done, chat? Alright, this feels like a route. Yes, this is a route. There we go. Okay.
Data vault outside enrichment labs. With the directors taken care of, you shouldn't meet much resistance.
3 inside, 2 outside? There were 3 total. But... I don't know. Alright, so at this point we can just be killing, right? At this point we can just be killing. Hello F1, how you doing?
That wasn't so bad. Now crack open the data vault. Grab that data mass.
Alright, so we just don't crack open the vault. Oh no, we just don't leave here, that's what it is, yeah. We just keep fighting here. Don't destroy the pylons. The beacons, whatever they're called. We just fight until we can fight no more.
Reinforcements.
Yeah, so we're at 3 minutes in. So if in the next couple minutes I can get over 100,000, then this is better. I mean, yeah, if we need a mission, we can probably speed it faster. So I'll give it to the 6 minute mark to make up for the time it took to get here. But, oh, that did not baff as what I hoped. But I will keep baffing. 3 inside, 2 ambulance outside. Right, okay. That worked. Hello? What's this marker? Oh, it's Oroid. Don't mind if I do. Oops, I accidentally took out one of the pylons. It's fine. It's fine! Bit by bit. Let's see how we're doing. 49,000 a minute later. That's good. That is looking good. I am not getting a lot of information from my enemy radar. Oh, and I need to recharge my gun. Give me a sec. There we go. Tried hitting the coil drive as it left. Wasn't happening. Excuse me, need some healing. Thank you. Now go away. Take out these guys on spawn because that is probably one of the worst ways to deliver units to a battle. Oh, Liz. What's going on over here? Mind.
How many more of you are there?
That is a good question. How many of them are there? The answer is not enough. We need more. Just watching 3 Necromechs tear up shop is terrifying. Is it only 3 Necromechs? I thought we got 4. I suppose no. There's stuff on rage things, stuff on rage things. Ah. Ooh, that did not do as much as I hoped. Can you have me on Apex? I mean, if you wanna. I don't really use my friends list on Apex, so I suppose if you want it for bragging rights, you can. Oh, that's my Furman going down. Thank you for reviving that. I forgot I had a Smeeter out at the moment. Ah! I don't think I killed anything. Yeah, maybe Corrosive was probably something I should have swapped off of here. I had that for Kumir. Guess you second recommend correctly? Nice. Always good fun, that. Where they are, where they are, where they are. I'm being shot from somewhere. Ah, here we are. You have to forgive me, chat. I am half blind. I'm not, but I act like it, so I will miss a lot of these enemies a lot of the time. Probably why I'm only gold on Apex. How's the leveling? Let's see. We're at the 3 minutes and just slightly more. 3 minutes out here got us slightly more than 5 minutes on the plains. So now we're at this point. Yeah, it does feel like it's faster. It's not a lot faster, but it is faster. In level faster if you use melee. Oh, I don't like using melee. All right, we'll bring it out. I haven't got it well modded at the moment. But you said heavy attack and don't kill the beacons like that. I did just kill the beacon, forgive me. Oh, I am taking a lot of damage for some reason. There we are. Give me health, thank you. Now, where was I? Yeah. I mean, that hits. I don't know if it's better, but it hits. Do I boost it? Yeah, boost it and relay blessing. And Smeeta Kabat, just on the off chance. Okay, I didn't hit any of them. They died before I could hit. Heavy attack's really the way to go? I need some mods? Yeah, I do need some mods on this, don't I? We're working on it. I don't really enjoy the Necromechs at the best of times. So I definitely am not a fan of a slow, clunky melee Necromech, which is what this feels and looks like. You know, I didn't join Warframe for slow, clunky. I joined for, give me this gun that goes burr. And granted, this is not the correct modding for burrowing it, but, you know. It's a thing. I can't see where the enemies are again. It's just not helping my efficiency. There's some. Yeah, I definitely should have switched off Corrosive when I came here. Definitely should have switched off Corrosive.
Another one down. You outworlders can thank me later.
Bone Widow or Voidrig? Voidrig all day. We're using the Bone Widow right now because that's what the level 5 hype train requested. I mean, I'm hitting it, but am I hitting it? Oh, I got a Toroid. I'll take that. But yeah, Voidrig is better. I just prefer Voidrig in every way. Oh, I didn't mean to throw that out of the bloody beacon. Whatever. Another Toroid. Grab ourselves a Riven Sliver because Riven Slivers are dropping everywhere nowadays, and that's great. Oh, speaking of, there's another one. Which good in Orphix Venom? Yeah, Bone Widow has a place in Orphix Venom, but even then I still preferred using Voidrig. Just what I'm here for. Lives down. I hope they can stop being down. Well, let's see if you draw. You got your Wi-Fi now? Nice. Something just tried eating me as I switched there. Okay. Recovered. These should make Bone Widow more agile? Probably, yeah. That would be nice. But then, it's also a Necromech. It's meant to be big, clunky, dumb as a bag of hammers kind of stuff. Agility kind of lends to a little bit more purpose and sense. I don't know. Maybe Mag wasn't the best option for this? I mean, you should be in your Necromech. That would be the best option for this. And if that's dead, you can use your Archwing, which is obviously a Misha for the insane tank on it, right? Okay, that vanished. It vanished. I want some more Agile Bone Widow. Excalibur. I mean, you're not wrong. I like them about as much as each other. Oh, that's dead. Let's see, how we're looking. 27. Gotta keep going. I forget. How many form are we on now, chat? I think this is former number 2 or 3. No, this is former 3, isn't it? I can't remember. I can't remember what level we need to get to, chat. This is third one? Are you sure about that, Korokop? Someone dares to look back at the replay and see if they can find out how much we're on. Do I have a preference for any Archwing? Yes, Amisha, because tank is fun. With Amisha, I don't have to worry about things. With the others, I do. So, I get that it's slower. But you know me and Lazy Tank. I main Lavos. Tank is good. And I fully admit that I am lazy for making that decision. Tank is good. Ah, that one guy took a lot of damage. Oh well. Is there a Guardian Xmas around here? Nope, that's a shock. Hey, Ribbon Sliver. Thank you. Stab you. Stab. 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 Thank you. Not vermin. No. They've been revived. Cool, I can leave that then. What does Latron specialise in? No idea. No idea at all on that. I know Itzel is speed and loot, and Amisha is tank, and that's the extent of it. That's what I know. I can go on my profile, see what level Bone Widow is, see how many formers I need. Oh, good point, good point. Yes, that would tell me. Let me get to full health, and I can try that. You there, heal me. Thank you. Right, let me just quickly check this here. Whilst the entire fight happens around me, don't mind me. Vehicles, Bone Widow, got to 32, so we need to get to 34. We're on 30. Cool, not too far to go then. Prime get beamed. Oh yeah, I forget about that. Not that one. I'm taking a lot of damage. No! Thank goodness for that healing mod stepping in. Woo! I got a bit spicier than it should have. Yo, Pochlo, resubscribe on Prime, now on to 3 months. Don't know why the bot's not saying what you've said. Let's see. Thank you for the class of information that we get from you, Professor. You're welcome, my dude. Glad you appreciate the channel so much. Here's to many more. I'll give you a sip of water because I'm all out of tea. Cheers. How many abilities can even apply Toxin procs? There's a few. There's a few. I'd list them off, but I actually couldn't. It would take a while to think of them all. Oh, there are enemies over there. There are enemies here, but... kind of. Those beacons on my radar are really throwing me off a bit. New era? Cheers. Was that just one-handed play for a moment? There we are. Toxic Lash and Nourish do not affect Archon continuity. Is that currently, or is that what it should be? Because I imagine that DE are probably looking at them and going, yes, we need to sort these. They did say not everything was ready and polished for the update supposed to come out next week. I suppose, yeah, in the next few days. And that's probably going to be part of it. Like, the number of abilities which aren't working with the Archon mods at the moment, and they want to revisit that, I would imagine. This was day 1? Yeah, but the mods weren't supposed to be out, Nightmare. The mods weren't supposed to be available. They once again forgot transmuting exists and let that happen. But they didn't intend for the mods to actually be available yet. So, I'm drawing a line between two separate things, which makes sense to me. Ooh, I'm taking a lot of damage again. Where from? You. There we are. So we've got DE not releasing mods yet, and DE saying there is some stuff they need to work on because it's not yet polished. I'm seeing a line to draw there. I might be wrong. They might not actually be working on those mods, and it's working just as they're going to leave it for however long. But that doesn't really make sense to me. Like, why have a mod which very clearly works on this, but then has exceptions out the wazoo? That would be poor design, would upset a lot of people. Stand up. Does Archon intensify work with Wisp plants? Don't know. I haven't got any of the Archon mods, so I couldn't tell you. My companion is bleeding out, and I do not care. If someone revives it, they revive it. Oh, we're at 34. We're at 34. And, yeah. Let's see, 17 minutes. We're already like rank 9 or so, but rank 9 doesn't really matter. This does seem like the way to do it, doesn't it? Nightmare, thank you very much for the advice. I never would have thought of this mission for it. Never. But that was definitely a bonus. Does this one bounce off the door? Ah, the door just doesn't open. Well, that's a different way of doing it.
Better you than me.
Wait. Oh, we have to... Wait, no.
Right. Get your crew back.
Yeah, it finishes the bounty and then we can go. Right, okay, I get ya. I get ya. What are my thoughts on the newest handful of frames, like Euralian Stynax and all? Eurali, don't like her. Stynax, amazing. Genuinely amazing is Stynax. He's not ridiculously overpowered. He's not brain dead. There are a couple bits of weedy schmidiness around his wand, but otherwise you've got a kit that is designed to work with itself without forced synergy. It's not if you use one, then two does this, like with some of the augments you can get on Hildred, for example. Augments available Harrow. Some abilities are designed in the game to just work with another because it's written down. No, it's different. Stynax's abilities work together because they do things that just naturally help each other. One does not rely on the other, they just work together, and that is great synergy. I love it. Absolutely love it. 12 Caldotoroids? Yeah, we got a few, didn't we? Huh? Did we abandon the mission or something? Yeah, well, I got rank. You know what? Bug frame. I don't think it said mission failed, but whatever. I got the XP. That's all I came here for. If I did something else wrong that meant I get no toroids, don't care. Shows you all the resources. Oh, there we are then. Just a visual bug. Visual bug. It's fine. Alright then, so now I need to figure out what form I'm putting on, and then it's Archon smashing time. Because so far, my string title has been a little bit bait for anyone who's arrived in the last, like, 45 minutes, and I don't want that. Mission mailed. Alright. So, you, Bone Widow. Please don't need 2 more levels and I came here early. Nope, that's fine. Alright, let's do this. So, I'm going to put the depolarity on this one here because it costs a lot. Bada-bip, bada-bap. There we go, cool. What's the next mod I'd want to put on? I've got 8 capacity, so 7 would be great, but yeah, it's all 9s, isn't it? It's all 9s. I'm going to have to leave more modding till later. Just going to have to leave that till later. Curious to see how I one-shot the Archon? Oh, you guys are in for it now. You guys are going to love it. So, 7 Rage, Live Blair, Zom, thank you very much for helping out on leveling up the Necromech there. Let's start with the Rhino one. The Rhino one is slightly easier and also slightly more laughable. Is it easier? It's less finicky. Let's go with that. It's less finicky. Okie dokie, so let's grab you, let's grab you. Let's grab you. There we go. Let's switch you back over because you are my backup in case things do go wrong. And you definitely would die, so let's bring a companion that won't die. It doesn't need a weapon. It doesn't need a weapon. Rhino's consistent if a bit bland. I mean... Yeah. I see you on that, yeah. His fourth ability kind of keys off a different stance you're wanting range when other abilities don't want range. So it feels a bit off to add that into the flow, but I see you on that. Nice fashion frame, thank you. I've worked very hard on it. If you're looking for fashion, wrong channel. This is the practical channel. People complain about my fashion a few times, and a few times I took it personally. By personally, I mean I created the Voltamelon and I created the Fairy Grendel. That's what you get when you complain about it. Actually looks good? Oh, fair enough then. Thank you. I thought I was going really basic, to be quite honest. Just kind of Archon colours. Call it a day. That's what it is. It's literally just the Archon palette. Hi, mate. Bye, mate. You. Shoot me. That's it. Shoot me, shoot me, shoot me, shoot me, shoot me. Ha, idiots. You just made me stronger. You gotta laugh at them when they work in so much. All they end up doing is helping you out. Hello! One shot. One shot! Oh, that was beautiful. I love doing that every single time. Every single time. Did anyone blink and miss it? Anyone blink and miss that one? One shot. No abilities from the Archon. It didn't even get chance. You might have just missed it. Because I just one-shot it. Now, it doesn't one-shot and bypass the following stages we have to do. We still have to do these stages. But it's fine. It's fine. We'll just go ahead and do this again. That was actually the first one you caught, Raptor. It does happen quick, doesn't it? You're like, alright, Ken's over there. He's lining up. He's getting into position. Oh, something happened. Oh. He sneezed? It seems like I sneezed on him, didn't he? Yeah. Oh, look at these guys just lining up to help keep my stacks up on my weapon. It's so kind of them. Oh, stacks for days. And he just stands there. He's like, look at my glowing orange head. Please shoot me here. I'm like, yeah, sure, if you ask. War buff. I don't even need the buff here. I'm just doing it. Okay, actually, the raw buff is helping here. Ooh, okay. There we are. You vulnerable? Yes, you are. Thank you. This is mine. Did I one-shot the boss? Yes, I did. I one-shot the boss. Absolutely devastatingly strong. And this is not the only way to do it. This is one of the ways to do it. And it works. Oops, I have let my Arcane Consequence run out. Excuse me, I need a headshot. Thank you. Wait, did I miss? I missed. There we are, headshot. Arcane Consequence makes this so much faster solo. Because you're already going for headshots, might as well get the benefit for having done so. You don't need the other arcanes, so just yeet. It makes things so much faster. If I could do this with melee, I would be One Punch Man, wouldn't I? Can I? I'll get stuck there. Invisible wall, please, thank you. Oh, no, you've got someone alive still. Where is it? Bye! Goodbye! Beautiful, beautiful. And back the way we came. I love the parkour velocity shards. Oh, yes. My Yeet Loki is going to reach whole new levels of Yeet Loki. F the poor DU dev team worked a few hours on Veilbreaker and I just make more work for them. They're the ones that designed the damage attenuation formulas with gaps. They designed the ability for me to bypass it. Whether they intended to or not, they did. Okay. There we are. That ain't on me. I'm just the one using the abilities that exist. Am I moving so fast? Arcane Consequence. It is a really, really, really cheap arcane. It's a bronze arcane. And it is beautiful what it allows you to do. The speed, the freedom, it's gorgeous. Now, this Rhino does have a strength buff from the mission, which is why I've demonstrated this with Ivara as well. Because I just happened to roll into a Rhino strength buff, but someone on my Discord has tested this same approach with their Rhino without the buff. And I one-shot it. Didn't even get an ability off this time. Idiot was too slow to thinking about it. Arcane Consequence. I'll show you my build in a moment. Oop. So yeah, I hope you guys saw those two shots I fired at the boss. One for one stage and one for the other. Is Kuvahek the only weapon capable of taking out in one hit? No. The Felarks can definitely do it as well. There may be other weapons, but those two stand out to me as the big ones. You can also take out the boss very, very quickly. I'm talking within a second with the Fenmore and Latum. That's using something a little bit funky. Probably a bug. So yeah. There we go. Absolutely annihilating it. Stropher, I don't know if Stropher will do the trick. I mean, if you one-shot the boss with Stropher, then sure, let me know. But I don't think it'll do the trick. Might with a fully stacked heavy attack. I don't know if it will though. Can we see a Fenmore later run? Yeah, we can do that in a moment. So yeah, Arcane Consequence, this one right here, whoever was asking, on headshot, and this is guaranteed, no kill, just a headshot. Just tickle their head with a shot. You can kill them too, that's optional, but hit the head, 60% parkour velocity for 18 seconds. Boom, straight up. Easy peasy. Do I think the floating pillars that we can destroy will lead to anything? Honestly, no, I don't. It might, but I don't think it will. So, yeah, that's absolutely bonkers. That's absolutely bonkers. You saw how fast it was allowing me to leap around the mission. What other arcanes do you really need when you're just slamming through it so quickly already? You don't. That's the answer. You don't need others. Alright, let's bring out Ivara to show that it's not just the strength bonus on Rhino that's allowing me to do stuff. Someone wanted to see the Fenmore do it. Let's bring out the Fenmore. Now, the Fenmore is actually one of the most difficult ones to pull off, just because it can be finicky more than anything. Is the number of things that can proc the Archon mods too low? I think you're probably still working on it. The mods weren't supposed to be out yet. I had to take a moment to think what you're talking about there. Yeah, the mods weren't supposed to be out yet, so don't take how the mods are now as what they're going to be after the update this week. Because, well, he didn't intend for them to be here yet. We're getting stuff ahead of time. You are, I haven't. Are you allowed to talk about Chrome and the new Archon mod synergy? I mean, you can talk about it. I will completely gloss over it because the mods don't exist yet, aside from people who got them through transmutation because D once again forgot that existed. So, it doesn't matter. Until they are actually officially properly released, it doesn't matter to me. Straight up. And I hope it's not going to take forever to get them. Right, Ivara, let's get you onto the correct build. Once again, yeah, do you have a history of forgetting that mods can be transmuted if they don't not let that happen? It seems to be the default that they need to turn off. And so people can go into transmutation and just get mods that really shouldn't exist. And it happens time and time again. It's happened over the course of years. It happens. We get past it. New era? You're very welcome, my dude. Very welcome indeed. Right, Fenmore, let's get you on the correct build as well, because this is not the build. This is Bane of Grenier. This is Bane of Grenier. Here we go. You know this is a very weird build when you see Heavy Caliber. You know I am doing some crazy stuff when you see Heavy Caliber in 2022. I am definitely up to something when you see something like that. But anyway, we'll try it. I think this should work. Just triple check. It's on radiation, yes, that should work. We got the Zarta's Whisper. Yep. Prime Streamline? No. No. We're not going to have that, are we? Imagine the accuracy is to spread the bullets? No. No, I don't want to spread the bullets. That's a bad thing. It's there for the extra base damage. Because it's about the best choice, quite frankly. Normally we'd want to build for crits, but the Fenmore very specifically does not want to crit. So we need something else instead. Heavy Caliber turns out to be quite effective in this regard. It's kind of weird, but roll with it. Roll with it. Literally, I'm going to be rolling a lot till you watch. We also, yeah, as Helveric's saying, yeah, we can't also use faction mods. So that's out. So with no crits, no faction mods, and with fire rate not actually being helpful, we kind of run out of things to slot in. Why does the Fenmore not want to crit? Because it has an ability where if you don't crit, half the time it'll deal just 20 times damage. Look at that, I just one shot. One shot. Missed the headshot, one shot. Missed the headshot, of course I did. Killed it. So yeah, the Fenmore doesn't want to crit, so that it can crit by different means instead. And it gets the headshot bonus because it is a targeted weapon, rather than a radial attack. So it just kind of absolutely tears into them. That was 423,000 non-crit damage. To a butcher, but it shows you the kind of power we're working with here. These are single shots, and this thing can turn into a machine gun. Yeah, it's pseudo-crit. It's crit without anything that scales off of crit. Alright then. Hello, Archon Boreal, you little POS. You are going to look in random directions again, aren't you? Oh, it does this thing where it just snaps its head around. There we go. Not quite a one-shot with the Fenmore, as I said. But it kills it very, very quickly before it even realizes it needs to do something. It had no idea stuff just went down, which means it didn't cast any of the abilities it has there. Didn't cast the zapping field, didn't cast fusion strike, it didn't cast the repulsion field, and it didn't cast the Aerolith Guardians. But yeah, it's not a one-shot with the Fenmore and Latum, but it is so damn close it doesn't even matter. Love how I break the game. I'm just playing the game. Solo is easier than squad? Yes, solo is easier than squad because in solo they have 250% of health. In a squad it becomes 300, 350 or 400% depending on how many players you got in the squad. However, the one-shot build with the Kuva Heck, I accidentally tested that in a full public squad because I forgot to turn myself off of public for a test. And what do you know, I one-shot it. It still works. Does Devouring Attrition bypass damage attenuation like crits do? To my knowledge, no. However, we are instead creating so much damage through a multi-shot mechanic, plus the headshot bonuses, that it kind of go bad. Incredibly bad for the Archon. It's all to do with Zarta's Whisper here. Zarta's Whisper is ridiculous. It's got to be a bug, because Zarta's Whisper double dips on the 2000% bonus, creating DPS that shouldn't exist, in my opinion. But it's existed since the release of the weapon. Oh god. Oh no, 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 no. No. Laser Disco bad. I'm just going to wait for that to finish. That is in a very bad spot for me. I am not going to get smacked by that. Thank you. Right, where was I? Hello. You're dead. You're dead.
Take down his flock first.
Dead.
Then
Dead. 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 There we are. I'll be taking that. Thank you very much. It's like being on the wrong end of Mirage Prism. Absolutely, yeah. That laser disco, they'll trigger it even if they have no idea you are there. Something just triggers them and they will just set it off. And it is a death sentence. Do not stick around when they are casting that. You are anything other than the tankiest of frames, it will tear you to shreds. Do not mess with that. Certainly not in this mission. You have no option. Do not mess with it. Oh no! I'm gonna fall. Excuse me. Coming out of here. Let me just get some headshots. Thank you. I need more rolly speed. Again, Arcane Consequence for roll speed, just helping me to get around faster. So I can stay invisible, stay safe, and still get everything done. It's just easier this way. FC God saying, because Zarta has no weaknesses. Okay, but so they made an entire new damage system for it to ensure its true damage, which makes it a separate buff to rest damage system. That's not the reason it acts the way it does. It acts exactly like Toxic Lash, in that it creates a separate damage instance rather than being just a added element, which it could have been. By adding a second damage instance, it then double dips on the 2000% bonus, so it re-rolls the chance, which means you have a not insignificant chance of, what's that, a 40,000 times multiplier to damage? Then multiplied by the buff amount, which is on mine 54%. So it comes out to around about a 20,000 times damage bonus. You are hearing that correct, 20,000. It's a little bit bonkers. It's broken. There's no way it's meant to be that way. But whilst it is, we can use it. It's been like that way since the release of the Incarnate weapons, and so we just kind of roll with it. I could hold back and not talk about it, but then I'm just doing you guys dirty for not letting you have this insane amount of power. Oh, you see, I didn't activate the buff there, I let it run out. Now if I add it on, I'm just kind of tearing through them. The difference there. Yes, Gorilla, exactly that. Well, not exactly, it's actually higher than that, because I'm giving you 50%, it's actually 54% with this build. Oh, Laser Disco! No! No, 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 no. If I die, I die. Unless there are 3 butchers around me, if I go down, I just go down. No, Zom, I'm being an entertainer. That's what's up. You can't tame out good entertainment. Oh, I hit the headshot there, apparently. No, apparently I didn't. Right. There we are. Now I can roll faster, thank you. Yeah, the one downside of using radiation is the rad procs will make enemies aggressive to each other, and I can get caught in the crossfire. So I try not to hang around them for too long if I do that. The Archon's not what took you long, but the small dudes he spawns. I can show you how to deal with that as well, but ideally you shouldn't be dealing with them in the first place.
Hazur promises his armor contests a new creation. I do not know how much of that comes from the Rams.
Alright, come on. let's head all the way over to Big Nasty and tear his face in half. I'm gonna go get some buffs. So oh, I can't. No, you're not an enemy I can shoot. I want to get some buffs along the way, so some enemies would be nice. Hello, there you are. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Thank you. That counted. That works. Can you? Jesus, can these AI please learn how to walk? It's a lot harder to shoot when I don't know what their next step is going to be. Literally. Have I got my buffs? I've got 2. I want 3. 3. There we go. Alright. Oh, I hate that ability. Got it. Oh, and it's spawning the others as well. Alright, so these are the ones you're struggling with, right? Void Strike, Clamora Prism, Clamora Prism, Glaive, Glaive, oh, sugar. Glaive. Yeah, there we are. Cool, right, you, die. No, no, oh, I didn't have this active. There we are, okay, look at me, die. Yeah, it's not a one-shot, but it's so close. It's so close. Yes, radiation is a choice element. It's not as strong as it is against Eidolons. Radiation versus corrosive here. Corrosive has no bonus. Radiation has all of the bonuses. And yet I had a minuscule damage difference. Well, not minuscule. It's like 30% or something. I'll bring up the notepad in a moment. No, you only get 1 per week, Cortana. I'm redoing this to learn how to one-shot it and to show you guys how to one-shot it. You get 1 a week from Archons and 1 a week from Carl starting next week. So yeah, Fenmore, it can do it. It's not a one-shot, but as you saw there, once you get the buff correct, once you do, it's very quick to kill. Very quick. And yeah, some people let it bug out like Blob. You lucky son of a bitch. Make sure, also if I know off the top of my head, what is Synax's progenitor element for Liches and Sisters? Let's see, has the wiki been updated with that? Someone's probably tested it already, so progenitor. Go to my quick link for that. And is he on there? Stynax is cold. There we are. I checked the wiki. It says cold. Easy peasy answer on that one. Rainova's saying, can Banshee subsumed with Quiver for Cloak Arrow one-shot Archons with Sonar? Don't know. That said, Rainova, I wouldn't recommend it, because if you screw up, if you do not land your invisibility, if you get knocked out of your invisibility bubble by anything, if that laser disco happens and you need to run, you're dead. Banshee has no survivability whatsoever. So I would not recommend trying to use Banshee with the Quiver of Cloak Arrow. If you can use it, I'm sure you can use it. I don't know if Sonar will do what you're hoping for. It's funky in that regard because we don't know how that damage is applied. I just wouldn't recommend it. Abilities don't work on the Archons. I mean, I haven't checked if Banshee Sonar would work on the Archon, but yeah. Thoughts on the Simulor? Don't like it. Female build? Yeah, sure, Female build. Now this is probably not perfect. I mean, this isn't max ranked for starters, but, you know, I've only got so much capacity to work with here, especially with Hush not matching the polarity. That Hush is for Ivara's sake. If you've not got Ivara, you don't need that, and then you can go full Thermite rounds, obviously. But, yeah, we got lots of damage, and then even more damage, because just give us all the damage. Damage again. We've got the radiation coming in here. Multi-shot, yes, you want the extra multi-shot. More radiation. Fire rate, doesn't matter. We don't need it. You saw we shot plenty quick enough there, and for the non-boss units, we're pretty much one-shotting, so fire rate is pointless. We don't need that. We can't use these mods because they're just no good to us there. We're up against Nama, not Corpus or Gradea. Firestorm, we don't need it. Punch Through, we don't need it. Actually, Firestorm does nothing, so we definitely don't need it. We don't want Prime Cryo rounds because we want radiation. As you look through the mods, these are basically the ones that can help us. We certainly don't want these. Who needs status? Who needs crit damage? Who needs puncture? We don't need it. That's why heavy caliber's on there. Yeah, if you don't go for a one-shot approach, if you want the boss fight to be more of a boss fight, then yeah, you can go ahead and use all the different options under the sun. You can use Gloom, you can use various crowd control abilities, you can start using status procs here or there, you can use operator options for armor sapping anything but the boss, you can do a million things. My voice goes up an octave to describe them all. Or you could one-shot it and feel like an absolute god. Certainly if you go into a public group, you one-shot it and everyone else in the group goes, wait, how did you do that? That feels good. That feels good. Is there a difference between Serration and Amalgam Serration? Not really, no. The only difference here is I don't have the modding capacity for it. And also Ivara doesn't sprint, she rolls, so that's the other reason. So you could absolutely go with Amalgam, and honestly, it would make basically no difference to your damage, but it will give you the sprint speed. It's just I don't need it. Is using 90 mods instead of 60 elements relevant at all? It means that you'll have less status, so you'll be struggling more to proc this. Not a lot more, but you'll be struggling more. In exchange for slightly more damage, but the damage is kind of weirdly scaled. Let me grab my notepad. Not to show you guys, but to bring up the research I've been doing. Archon's testing notepad. And where's my corrosive section? Give me a sec here, guys. Sorry. Damage types. Here we go. Okay. So, on my testing, when I tested with a Fulmin modded for corrosive, so I narrowing it all the way down, with the exact same circumstances, corrosive dealt 4,154 damage, radiation dealt 5,645 damage. And that was with over 90% of the damage being corrosive or radiation respectively. So the radiation dealt 35.89% more damage. This is despite the fact that alloy armor takes 75% more damage from radiation before even counting the reduction in alloy armor in the equation. So the damage mitigation, the damage attenuation from my weapon against Boreal meant that switching from corrosive to radiation is worthwhile. It gave me 35% more damage, but it did not give the same effect as you would expect, such as against any other boss using alloy armor. Like, for example, up against the Eidolons, like, for example, up against the Rover Low list, up against, well, pretty much all of them, really. So radiation should be your modded element, but it doesn't actually have that big of a difference. I still recommend using it though, because look, you're trying to one-shot, right? Yes, Gorilla, none of the armor strips I tested worked. Even corrosive procs didn't change the damage. I tested with and without corrosive procs, and I had the exact same damage number. More damage should probably be priority. Well, this here. You still want the radiation to get the bonus for radiation. It's just you don't get as much of a bonus. The pure damage is also downscaled as well. So the higher your pure damage bonus, the higher the Archon's resistance. So say if you double your damage with pure damage, you won't get double the result. You'll get slightly more. It scales up, but it doesn't scale all the way up. Always, always, always. Renium saying, so I'm curious about the AI having the beam spin attack. I think it's related to AI break mentioned in Discord earlier today. Probably, yeah. They just kind of trigger it from time to time. Like, something somewhere says, use an attack, and they just go, okay, yeah, sure. Bzzz. It's horrifying. I hate it. I mean, it's a challenge to deal with, but it's a challenge that I hate having to deal with because there's almost nothing I can do about it. If I can't get under it, because of course it's a cone. If you stand under the cone, it's not going to hit you. But if you can't get under it in time to deal with the mob, then it's best just to dodge it. Best just dodge it. As I'm saying, side note, does anyone else find it a tad weird that sisters use ferrite instead of alloy? It is a bit weird, but it matches in with the Kuva Liches also using ferrite, despite the fact that they are a boss, which is actually really weird. But, you know, we roll with it. We roll with it. It means that corrosive is the way forwards, which, let's face it, corrosive can do with any opportunity it can get. So yeah, corrosive is good for them too. So, Brie, I'm glad you enjoy the videos, my dude. You're very welcome, and welcome to the Twitch channel as well. Ooh. Any new Ember build? I don't have Ember builds to show at the moment, no. I've got my standard go-to Ember build. I suppose I can show that for you. But it's nothing special. It's nothing special. Obviously, there is the Ember build I put up on the Nuke Frames video as well, which I can always recommend. But yeah. You can tell this has just been a lazy go-to. It's got 22 spare capacity in an open slot here. What am I doing? There we go. Pfft. Job done. Archon mods are not available yet. Some people got them through a bug in transmutation. Do you have a habit of forgetting that transmutation exists? So, yeah. They still exist in some people's inventories. You can't get them right now. You can't trade them. But you can get them next week. Supposedly. We'll see. We'll see. War is life. Cheers. If you guys are curious as to how much I've tested for these Archons, by the way, to see what does and doesn't scale, to see if I'm talking out my arse or whatnot, I tested the effect of Raw, and when I took out of the equation the adaptive scaling, just getting one single shot, Raw... Oh, hello. Obsidian, thank you very much for subscribing with your Prime. Welcome to the channel, my dude. Enjoy lovely blue badge, your emotes to go with it, but no more adverts here on the Twitch channel, and you'll have access to Supporter Team Lounge on Discord. Cheers, my dude. As I was saying, yeah, Raw does give the full damage bonus. There are people who say it will not give the full bonus. There are people who say they'll actually reduce your damage. Those people are not paying attention to the game. I would use harsher words, but I realise it's a very confusing boss, so it's not on them. But they're not paying full attention to it. Raw is good. You should be using Raw if you want to be one-shotting. Unless you have something else going on that needs your attention, like Zarta's Whisper on the Incarnate weapons. Otherwise, use Raw. You can one-shot with other stuff. Other stuff is taking a risk. Other stuff is taking a risk that you are going to get everything to work in your favour, that no bugs are going to get in the way. Eclipse is so buggy. I hate it. I genuinely dislike the Eclipse ability because of just how buggy it has been forever. Raw is consistent. Raw works. And you can't get faction damage from any other source except, I think, for Relay Blessing. I haven't checked out that. So you could get Relay Blessing, but otherwise Raw. Always Raw. And it works, as it should. I've checked with regards to armor and damage reduction against the Archon. It's all over the place. You can't tell how much armor they have because there is other damage reduction going on. So don't even try and calculate how much armor they have. The answer is you can't know. Raw good, Raw is life. Raw is amazing, yeah. The fact that it is a subsumable ability is kind of crazy. The fact that it is subsumable, even with the reduction, and is still absolutely bonkers strong is also kind of crazy. But hey, it means we have options beyond Rhino, so that's cool. Felox build? Sure, yeah. Let me bring that back up for you real quickly. The Felox build that has been one-shotting has been this one. This must be used with Zarta's Whisper. If you don't use this with Zarta's Whisper, I cannot guarantee you a one-shot. Zarta's Whisper is what's allowing us to cheat the system, basically. This is what's cheating the system. But yeah, get your stacks built up, get your galvanized hell up by shooting at least 4 enemies dead, primary deadhead by shooting 3 of them in the head to kill them, and then you go find the boss, Zarta's Whisper on, just like that. That was really loud. I hope the microphone scaling dealt with that properly. What does Zarta's Whisper do that's affecting Archons? It's not the fact that it's affecting Archons, it's the fact that it's affecting the Incarnate weapons. This here, 50% chance to deal plus 2000% damage on non-critical hits, and that is multiplicative. So, 50% of the time, your bullet deals just 21 times the damage it should have been dealing. It's insane. On top of that, Zarta's Whisper will give you a damage bonus in void form. The way I have set it up on my Ivara is 54% damage bonus, but that damage is as a separate instance based off the damage you are dealing. For most weapons, that means you get 54% of your damage as void damage added on. For the Felox, Fenmore, and Latum, using this perk here, the damage that already got buffed to 21 times its original value then gets buffed 50% of the time to 21 times of that value, and then multiplied by 54%. So 25% of the time, you have somewhere in the region of a... What's that, 400 times multiplier, I want to say? Yeah, I think earlier I said 20,000. I was completely wrong now. It's 400. Yeah, 21 times 21, 400 and... What thousand? An amount. 400 what? Times? 21 squared is 441. There we are. I don't want to do math. I say ironically here doing math, but whatever. Yeah, it multiplies your damage up by 441 times, then multiplies by the 54%. So you're getting around about 250 times more damage than you should be having. It's absolutely ridiculously powerful. Would Toxic Lash be more effective from a damage perspective? Toxic Lash should be doing a similar thing, except for two issues. One, it's only on Sarin. You can't put it on another frame. Two, Toxic Lash does not create the Void effect. The Void effect creates a bubble, which projectiles will then go into and go bzz, constantly, causing even more problems. And when I say problems, I mean problems for the enemies. I have had it on this stream earlier today where I shot one enemy, it created the bubble around them, and then as soon as that enemy died from the bullets swinging around in the bubble, the bullets launched off and hit the Deacon so hard it died before I could shoot it. That's how powerful this is. That's how ridiculously powerful this is. What even was that sound? Oh, I have a million weird sound effects going. I haven't even got onto the weird voices. Come on now. Haven't you noticed how my voice sounds completely different from the videos? That's because I'm speaking in a more conversational tone versus the educational tone. This is me just ramble tone. Noises are the least weird thing to come out from me. So yeah. This stuff is bonkers. It really is. But if that gets fixed, if that gets taken away from us, we still have the Kuva Heck. The Kuva Heck one-shot is still there. Because the sheer base damage on it is absolutely insane. Tailscape saying there must be a Natroc one-shot for Archon somewhere. You might be able to do it, but it's really, really, really dragging it out. If I just go... What's it? Yeah, it was Natroc, wasn't it? Yeah. If I recall correctly, I'm pretty sure the quick shots can headshot, but the charged and perfect shots do not get the headshot multiplier. They can headshot, but they don't get the headshot multiplier. So this actually has 3 times the potential damage, minus the crits. And because of the way headshots work, that's actually kind of a big deal. That's actually a really big deal for the quick shot. Yeah, Tailscape, they become wide-body projectiles. Wide-body projectiles, with very few exceptions, do not get headshot bonuses. As part of the balancing, they're effectively a mini AoE, without the full AoE treatment. Not a bug. The same happens with the Foreman, same happens with the Archoplasmor. They don't get headshot bonuses on their wide-body projectiles either. It's intended. The Crimson, I would say it's a bug. However, the fact that it's still in the game means I don't know, because it's been in the game since we had the release of the Incarnate weapons. So it was practically coded in to work that way, but it doesn't work. The Natroc doesn't get the headshot bonus. Oh no, headshot bonus on the charge shot and perfect shot, but it does on the quick shot. Because this is a direct arrow, these are wide body projectiles. Different projectiles, different ways of working in the game. Very different ways of working in the game. But yeah, I want to show you the comparison here. The Natroc has a base damage on the quick shot of 450, whereas the Kuva Heck has 609. Multiply that by 4, because we've then got the Alt Fire fires all 4 barrels at once. So that's actually 2,436. And then the Progenitor bonus kicks in, which can be up to 60%. In total, the base damage with multi-shot of the Kuva Heck is just shy of 4,000. The Natroc is 450. 4,450, you tell me which one you think is going to do more damage in the end. Spoilers, it's the Kuva Heck. It's the Kuva Heck. And the Kuva Heck, we needed to do a lot of work with it. We are stacking the mods, we are stacking the Arcane, we are grabbing a frame or couple frames, whichever you want to pick, with mods and bonuses set up to support that to the absolute extreme. So we're going for the Raw buff, we're going for the Prowl buff, both of those stacking together to get the headshots right the way up there, and then we one-shot the boss. By using less than that, you risk not one-shotting. So when people suggest, oh, what about the Nataruk? You're taking away nearly 90% of the damage. I don't expect that to be one-shot solo. You're going to need to do some insane work, and you can't even rely on viral procs, because viral procs do not increase the damage anywhere near as much as they normally do. Anywhere near as much as they normally do. Let me bring up, where's my, oh, I closed it. One sec. I measured it. Let me see here. Viral proc test. Why did I not calculate the percentage? Whatever. So, when I was testing with the Foreman against Boreal, when I hit with just the normal kit, viral damage modded weapon, but no viral proc, I dealt 4,219 damage. Okay? 4,219. When I added on one viral proc, which normally doubles damage against health, I dealt 5,269 damage. So what normally doubles the damage actually only gave me a 24.9% bonus. 24.9%. The further viral procs afterwards gave me an even lower bonus. So what that means, for those of you not quite picking up what I'm putting down here, a viral proc against Boreal will increase your damage, but it will not double your damage. Viral procs are not the easy win. So yeah, radiation is the meta. Rad viral is great. That's why my Kuva Heck here is doing rad viral, but it is mostly rad, a little viral. With the status chance and multi-shot, there's a good chance I'll get a viral proc in there somewhere, which just helps reinforce the one-shot capability to make up if I miss a few pellets or just miss a stack somewhere. You know, if somehow this has gone down a stack or this has gone down a stack, that helps make up for it to guarantee that one shot. And if everything goes perfectly right, wow, Boreal didn't know what hit them. But yeah, the viral proc isn't as strong as you might expect. Corrosive procs are even worse. Corrosive procs do nothing to Boreal. They'll sit there, you'll be able to add them on. It will cause things like Galvanized Savvy to deal more damage, slightly, but it won't reduce the armor whatsoever. Corrosive procs do not reduce the armor of Boreal at all. Someone testing the die queue? If someone wants to test it, go right ahead. Would I recommend Kuva Heck over Felarx, or the other way around? Kuva Heck. The Kuva Heck, it just needs some extra support, and then it can one-shot. When I say extra support, so things like the Prowl bonus, the Raw bonus, whatever you can do to squeeze through that extra bit more. You probably can pull it off with something like Volt, even. Although Volt's going to be risky because Volt is squishy and doesn't have invisibility. But you could pull it off with Volt. With the Felarx is relying, as are the other Incarnate weapons, it's relying on Zarta's Whisper to guarantee that one-shot. Without Zarta's Whisper, the Fenmore and Latum just won't be able to do it. And the Felarx could do it potentially, but you'll notice as much as the base damage seems to be higher there, it's actually lower because the Felarx doesn't have the quad barrel alt fire of the Kuva Heck. And let me see, the multi-shot, and it's got less multi-shot. Multi-shot is important. Multi-shot is definitely important because multi-shot doesn't trigger the weapon scaling attenuation, but it does still trigger the active attenuation. There's two types of attenuation on the Archons, just to confuse you even further. Weapons can go beyond level 30? Yes. Kuva weapons, Tenet weapons, as well as the Necromechs, they can all go beyond level 30. The only other thing then is the Paracesis. So Kuva, Tenet, Paracesis, Necromechs, level 40 max. Takes a former for every 2 levels above 30. Yeah, Kuva Heck, Felarx, these are one-shot weapons. Kuva Heck and Felarx, you can one-shot. With the Latum and the Fenmore, you can't one-shot, unless you get very, very lucky or a great team set of bonuses, but you can get so close to a one-shot, you can kill the boss before it even realizes it needs to cast an ability. You can absolutely just take it down. As we've demonstrated on stream, 8 times? 4 times stage 1, 4 times stage 2. Yeah, it kind of works. Raino, because I've never actually done your Banshee one, I'm going to send you back the points because I chose not to do it there. I'll send you back the points on that, Rainuva. You're welcome, Flow Thoughts. My pleasure. I'm here to help you guys out. I'm here to show you guys how you can absolutely demolish parts of this game to get better as Tenno. At the end of the day, you want to progress in this game, and I want to show you how to progress. We have a friend request. Who's it from? Infinity Bow. I recognize you. You're in the sortie, I want to say? I think they're in the sortie. We'll say yes to that. Could a Mark 1 Furious one-shot? I highly doubt it. Does plus damage on Sentience work on Archons? Don't know, because the only source of that is on melee mods, because it's the sacrificial set, and I haven't tried using gunblades for this. I'll be honest, I've already put together most of the details for the video I'm going to be doing on this, just covering the gun builds, and they kind of slap. You can try if you want with the gunblade. In fact, you know what? Let's try this right now. Let's try this right now. This is probably going to screw up because I'm just kind of spitballing this. I've already switched that to radiation. We have heavy attack efficiency. Has it got total efficiency? Yes, it has. Doesn't really matter, but it's going to help out. So we'll stack that. Let's grab... that's the thing. Narrowmont. No, let's switch these to dexterity. If this goes wrong, I'm not going to have a bonus option to help me out, so I need to not screw this up. Good, that's got dexterity already. Oh! Is the second Archon available today? No. In a few days' time. Few days' time. Alright, so, Rubico Prime. Is there anything else I need to do with this? Yes, that's currently set to raw. Good. Alright, let's give it a try. I'll be honest with you, chat. I do not expect this to work. I am probably going to die trying to make this work. But let's do it. Let's do it. You know what? I'm even going to set up a prediction for you guys. I'm going to set up a prediction. Simply, will it work? Yes or no? I'm going to give you guys 1 minute. No, yeah, 1 minute's on that. 1 minute prediction. Go. Use your blue spanner icon at the bottom of the chat window there. Make your prediction. Will this work? Yes or no? If you are right, you get spanners. What are spanners? They're a free currency here. That's what spanners are. That's all you need to know about spanners. Alright. Flap. Well, at least it hurts that guy. Might as well roar as well. It's a noisy weapon, so they all come to me. Oh, look at this. They're just lining up for the slaughter. Ow. Oh, yeah, radiation procs. Ugh! Of course, radiation procs are bad. They cause everyone to become hostile to everyone, and that is a problem! Because then they start killing me by accident. Let's see. 10, 11, 12. Alright. Let's just get past all of that. I need to keep an eye on my combo count because I don't have Naramon because I want to keep on... Oh dear. Because I want to keep on Void Strike just in the case everything goes tits up. So I need to keep up my combo here. Hey, that one-shot him. I don't know if we'll one-shot the boss, but I did one-shot the Elite Lancer. Hooray for me. Get rid of him. Keeps up my bonus. Okay, Raw. Hi. Oh, no. Oh, that was bad. I missed. No. Headshot, please. Headshot. Oh, blast it. He's going to start causing issues for me. I'm trying to get back a little bit more combo. All right. No. No, that's not working. That's nowhere near close to working. I mean, it's doing a lot of damage, don't get me wrong. It is doing a lot of damage. But now I have to deal with every single one of his abilities, and that's just no good. Got rid of that one. Got rid of that one. Roar again. No, look at me. Look at me. Don't use ability. That works. Yeah, I'm not happy with that. Redeemer Prime, with all of its multi-shots and all of the heavy combo I could apply to it. Just no. No. No, I'm not satisfied with this. Talscape saying, I'm really surprised the 12 times combo Redeemer heavy attack didn't work. Talscape, what do you mean you are surprised? You voted for no, it won't work. You voted for no. Has it got damage fall off? It has got damage fall off, but not at that distance. The heavy attack at that distance should absolutely have worked. If it was going to work at all, that is. So yeah. Simply not strong enough to do it. That's damage attenuation for you peeps. I'm going to string a abort out of that. There's no point continuing that mission. You don't think I was going full combo? Well, I was. Yeah. 27 people said no, that wasn't going to work. 27 people said yes, it was going to work. There was a little bit more faith in the no. It's Super Chicken gambling 25,000 spanners on no, that was not going to work. It's Super Chicken? At least you're right, I suppose. Why don't I use Empowered Quiver on Ivara? Two reasons. One, when you're invisible, the Archon is just going to kind of drift around. It doesn't know where you are, and it has a tendency to snap its head away from looking at you. The last thing you need when trying to one-shot the Archon is to then accidentally hit its shoulder or its back and not get the headshot. If you don't get the headshot, you will not deal a one-shot kill damage. You will cause the damage resistance to scale up, slowing you down. You will cause the Archon to start using abilities which can really ruin your day very quickly. The second reason is that it will also take up a mod slot. Now, we can take off a lot of mods on here quite easily. We could go with August Secrets, we could get rid of Intensify. Hell, if you really wanted to, you could get rid of Flow. I don't recommend it. You could get rid of some of these mods if you really wanted to, but there's no reason to do so. Rather than trying to get yet more damage from a zipline, which also requires us to set up a zipline and get into a weird position to try and hopefully get the shot, we can just give maximum possible roar, maximum possible prowling. Shoot it. No zipline shenanigans needed, it just works. But we keep the ziplines for mobility around the arena later. Because you need to get into position sometimes. That's what that's for. We don't need the damage buff. The headshot is just too awkward when you're invisible. If you're visible, it'll face you, but you're also being shot at, which is not good for Ivara. She kind of dies when people shoot her. Alright, chat. Well, I think that is about all we got time for. I've shown the heck build like 12 times throughout the stream, so you can check out the replay if you want, or just wait for the video that's going to be out within the next couple days. We'll work out some details, get it all recorded and put together, and it'll be up on the main YouTube channel. I'll be giving the full explanations, I'll be giving builds, both for the weapons and for the Warframes, to allow you guys to just delete the Archons. Have I found any cool navigator weapons to take out the Archons? I highly doubt such a thing exists, but if you can make it work, let me know. Let me know. And thank you, Penguin, for the hydrate. In any case, guys, now it's about time we do a platinum giveaway. So, exclamation mark ticket if you've not already got in with a chance to win it. I'm going to be giving platinum to someone here, anyone here, any platform. Doesn't matter whether you're on Xbox, PC, PlayStation, or Switch. Doesn't matter if you're a subscriber, follower. Doesn't matter if you've been here for literally 60 seconds. We have had someone enter in at the very last second, like, oh, there's a giveaway. Sure, I'll join. And they won. It can happen to you. It can also go to someone who's won 20 times or so. Well, actually, I think the most someone has won this giveaway is 4 times over the course of, like, over a year. So, you know, it can go any which way. The bot is probably a little bit overwhelmed at the moment because there are hundreds of you here right now. So I think the bot has just been rate limited on responses. I'm just going to make sure on my end I'm still seeing loads of those ticking in. Let's see. Yep, they are coming in as fast as you are sending it. Okay. Let's see. Let's see what names I can recognize. Yep, that got in. Did Moose State get in? Yep, that's in there. Targ Stomp, is that in? Yep, the bot's picking up all of these. That's good. That is good. The bot is picking up absolutely all of these. There, Kodoma, Blob, Paradox, Kaiser, Drayagi, Spooky Chocolate. Yep, getting all of those names. I'm going to give it a couple minutes on that because I want to get to the point where the bot is responding again and telling people they've already got a ticket. So I'll give you guys a moment on that because we are at the moment spamming the ever-loving hell out of Twitch. It breaks. Twitch really does not like it when 800 people send a message at once, but that's fine. I do like it when 800 people send a message at once, so go ahead and do so. Please only send it once, though. You know what, whilst we're on the screen here, whilst we're waiting for everyone to grab those, let's grab the Gooper Egg build. Why not? Why not? I'm doing alright, thank you, Penguin. I'm doing it plenty fine. I'll be honest, things have been pretty positive over the last week, with the mild exception of realising just how out of shape I am. Yeah, I've not been looking after myself, apparently. I'm still good. Still good overall. The doctors said I was one of the healthiest people that went through the surgery when I had to go for surgery some months back. But the point remains is I could do better for myself, so I'm going to be working on that. I'm not going to be like, beef, or anything, but I could be doing better for myself, and so I'm going to be. War is life, no space in the command. If you put a space, it doesn't work. No space in that command there, my dude. Round is a shape. Round is a shape. It is, however, not a shape I wish to be. I have been skinny to slim my entire life. At this point, I'm still slim, but there are signs of age, let's put it that way. You know, I ain't a fresh 20-something. I'm nearly 30, god damn it. So I'd like to make sure I look after myself, especially with a job as sedentary as content creation for a video game, you know. Kind of need to look after yourself. That goes to all of you as well, chat. Look after yourselves. Give yourself some time, because let's face it, a little bit of working out is a lot better than getting into your 50s and realizing you can't do shit. There are people in my family who have got into old age like it's nothing, marching up and down hills that steep because, hey, why not? And I see others outside the family who don't look after themselves and they're wheezing before they even retire. Don't do that to yourself. If you can better yourself, it's worth it. Just even a little bit. Worth it. So everybody's saying, almost 40? Yeah, fair enough, dude. You're almost 40, I'm almost 13. We're still playing this amazing game. Ain't it lovely? Alright, I think that's about time. Let's close down the entries there. Everyone who's going to have a chance to get in has got a chance to get in. And let's draw it. The winner of the Plat Raffle today is Beaker Only. Beaker Only. I've got to say, that is a curious name. I'd love to know how you've come to that username. But in any case, Beaker Only, congratulations! You are the winner of today's Platinum giveaway. I'll be contacting you here on Twitch in just a few minutes after the end of the stream to get your Warframe username and platform. We'll get that sorted out for you, absolutely. Make sure you do respond to that message so that I can actually get it to you. And I don't know how to pronounce your name, but Mr. ZRC, I'm just going to take the first 3 letters. Yes, indeed, I can one-shot an Archon. I've done it 8 times here on stream. You can check out the replay, or you can see the video I'll be putting out within the next couple days. Chat can confirm for you it is absolutely a thing. Beaker Only, I see your message there. Excellent, you are here in the chat. So you know I'll be messaging you shortly. But for now, guys, we're going to do what Nightmare Frame did for me. We're going to raid on over to another part of the Warframe community. Who are we going to raid today? Let me see. I just need to switch my screens over. Get us onto this lovely screen. Yeah, a nice little bit of face-to-face just before we wrap up. Who are we going to raid today? Who can we give a load of love to? Who can we give a load of love to? It's such a hard time with Archon team yesterday. Archons are difficult. Don't get me wrong. The Archons are very difficult. I've spent quite a bit of time testing and running different builds, trying out different options, seeing what the upper limits are, the lower limits are. I have died to the Archons and the mobs around the Archons quite a few times. Absolutely. But in any case, let's see. We're going to take a pick here. You know what? We're going to pass it down the line. I feel like you've had my practical stuff. We've had the one-shotting Archon stuff. Now I'm going to take you to a guy who can make you Platinum. Certainly far better than I can do. I can get you Platinum. I'll tell you how to get Platinum. I won't do it for you. But let's take you to a guy who knows the ins and outs of Platinum like it is his life. That's what we're doing today. We're raiding Neoness. You're absolutely right, Warrior. We are raiding over to Neoness. So thank you very much, everyone, for joining in on today's stream. I hope you've learned something. I hope you are looking forward to the full video guide on how to one-shot Archons. That is all that we've got time for, but I'll see you again on Wednesday for some more good on Warframe. Until then, bye, guys.